From the Pro Image Group of Companies, Pro Sport, in conjunction with the Victorian Football League, presents Pro Football.
Hello and welcome once again to more great VFL action in pro football. Today we join almost 50,000 people at VFL Park for the clash between Collingwood, looking for their fourth successive win, and Essendon, looking to avert their fourth successive loss. A game so important to both sides. Lee Matthews declaring that he believes Collingwood could make the five. Essendon, on the other hand, are struggling to stay in it. In fact, a loss today would see them out of the five, and if you can remember when the last time when Essendon was out of the five, then you're a better man than me, Gunga Din. But let's go to it now, as I said, with that crowd of almost 50,000 people at VFL Park for the opening bounce, with Lou Richards and Peter Lander, your commentators.
First quarter from VFL Park, our match of the day, Collingwood and Essendon. Essendon kicking to the right of screen in first quarter. Fellows gets the ball down. Mick Thompson gets the hand pass back to Glenn Hawker on left centre wing. Hawker's kick is a high one. Underneath it is Phillips. Harvey had to go to spoil. Chance for Turner to pick the ball up. He's gone out very wide. And getting underneath the ball is Bradbury and takes the grab on right centre wing.
It was a strong mark, Peter.
Very hard one to mark that. Bradbury goes for a short pass. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Harvey. And the short game, of course, not the way to play VFL Park. Towards half forward, Abernethy off the ground. Played possibly his best game I've seen for a long time from him. Hawker gets it back to Mark Thompson. Hurd. Gary Folds, probably their best player last week. Folds from right centre wing, puts Essendon up towards, and in fact past their 50-metre line. Knocked away from Phillips. Salmon went the knock on. Picked up by Phillips again. Tried to get it back to CO, but it's out of bounds at Essendon's 45-metre line. It's going to be a free kick though, going to Collingwood. CO handing it back to Phillips, who in turn gets the hand pass over to Handy. Could be dangerous across goal. Bradbury this time, mark number 2 in front of Baker. Might get a 15-metre penalty. In fact, he has done. Straight down the ground. This time it's better directed. Off the hands, Mullane, who was chosen during the week for the Victorian team, or Victorian squad to meet Western Australia. Tony Shaw tries to get it away from Spencer, not successful. Opportunity for McEwen. Around Walsh. Tony Shaw again. Hawker. Always a solid defender. Gets the hand pass up to Harvey. Harvey clear on left centre.
And back there towards the forward pocket. Down goes Clark. Couldn't get clear. Clark goes after it again. That's Stephen Clark. A push in the ball. Umpire said no. Knocked on again by Abernethy out towards that half back line. Harvey's there on the front posse, going after his little Handley. What a game he played last week. That was good recovery by Handley. He'll get a free kick. Copped it a bit high that time. And, of course, with ball back out there towards the wing position. Shaw in plenty of trouble. Over it goes to Banks. Picked up again, but the Banks was
free
grabbed
kick
by
this
the
time.
foot, and he'll take the free kick out there on the centre wing position. No scorers yet. Banks's kick is up towards centre half forward. At the back is Williams. Grabbed the mark. That was a good mark over Hamilton. I think they've got Williams playing at full forward. He'd be about 52 metres out. A short pass looking for Taylor, and he's got it. And he kicked 9 goals last week, and he's off to a good start. And Duckworth's got the job of minding him.
Be an interesting battle between those two. They're both very strong.
Into the quarter by just on 3 minutes, and Collingwood must have a big chance to put the first goal on the board with Taylor. What's that again? Taylor in front, and that's the way he's got to play. And he's been doing that the last few weeks too, and been very successful at it. A kick by Taylor, on its way. Oh, he didn't get that. He grabbed that. Actually was a bad kick, and it's through for 1 point. At least it's got Collingwood away to a reasonably good start there. 1 point on the board. He should have got it. To Essendon yet to score into this quarter by just on 3.5 minutes. There's Hawker again going wide, looking out there for Denner. They're playing in attack. That's the place to play him, not in defence. Ball scooped out and it's out of bounds. It amazes me why they've played Danaher at full-back, because I just think that he's one of the most creative players they've got in their lineup, and he should be in attack all the time. But some of these coaches make some bewildering moves. Knocked out by Cloak. He got into the back of his opponent that time, and the free kick will go to Simon Madden out there at half-back. Quick hand pass coming over to Hurd. He's round about the 50-metre mark on the half-back line. Goes for a hand pass. Mullane comes in, chips in beautifully. He's grabbed his good tackle by Hurd that time. Oh, the Baker's got it too high.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. I thought he may have ducked his head. I think he ducked his head. That was a good decision when you think about it. Dacos with the ball, looking for Taylor, making a lead. He's clear now. Taylor out wide. Taylor in front. Duckworth goes to punch. Taylor's got it again. Oh, he looks as though he's going to be a bit of trouble here again today. It was a strong mark by Taylor. Watch that again. He looked as though he was out of position, but he grabbed it, just got it on the shoulder that time and got the mark. Now he's on a pretty acute angle, about 5 metres in from the boundary line, about 30 metres out from goal.
Need to be a better kick than before, Lou, wouldn't it?
Last one was a shocker, Pete. There it is on its way. Now that's a better one. Oh, that's a goal. So Collingwood, 1 goal, 7 points. To the Bombers yet to score, but there's a long way to go yet.
5 minutes gone in the first quarter, and Brian Taylor has kicked all of Collingwood's score so far. 7 points as we watch the mark again. A late attempt to punch the ball away here. Could have almost been construed as a 50-metre penalty, but the umpire said no. Taylor got the goal anyway. Kicks in favour of Collingwood so far, 11-6 in the opening term. Brian Taylor got 6 goals in the first quarter last week. He has one already. 5.5 minutes gone. Collingwood lead by 7 points. Neither end favoured by the breeze, it would appear. Free kick going the Magpies' way at centre field, and the recipient is going to be Tony Shaw.
On the shoulder, Pete.
Goes for a short pass. Very short, in fact, to Fellows. Harvey jumps into him. And that could have almost been a 15-metre penalty. Umpire Ross Castle has stopped play and, in fact, has given a 15-metre penalty, which will bring him up to the edge of the square. Where's Fellows? Look for Taylor. Madden in front. Effective spoil. Donnell goes in very solidly. So too does Thompson. Out to Duckworth from Madden. Duckworth. High kick up past the 50-metre line. Bradbury goes to punch effectively. Tony Shaw the knock-on. Picked up by Morwood, who was excellent last week. Inside the 50-metre line. Off the knees, is it? Yes, it is.
It'll be Collingwood's kick,
yes,
Pete.
That's right. Off the knees.
A little bit of luck there, I'd say.
Attempted smother that went wrong. So Shane Morwood was also selected in the VFL squad to play Western Australia in July. Has the chance to put Collingwood further ahead, although it would need to be a pretty good kick to score from there. It's got distance, not the accuracy. 3 for 1 behind, which came up at the 6 3/4 minute mark. 8 points. Essendon yet to score. Ball back into play. That's effective. Madden. Baker, left half-back flank around McEwen. Short pass. Spencer takes it on left centre wing. Plays on, gets clear of Abernathy. It's a high ball, might almost be out of bounds. In fact, it is in front of Roger Merritt. Did he keep it in play? Umpire says no, it will be a boundary throw-in. Collingwood leading by 8 points. Merritt loses that out to Fellows. Hawker, centre wing. Baker, same position, tries to get around 2 Collingwood opponents, does so up the half forward. At the back is Gafer, too long for him. And the ball will beat all of them over the line, and it will be thrown back into play about 30 metres from the Essendon goal.
I think they've got Gafer now minding Terry Danaher. He's got the job of tagging him. It looked as though he could have been on Harvey. The ball back into play about 40 metres around from the Essendon goal. Tapped out to Turner. He fumbled that. Still a scramble developing there, and the umpire will ball it up around about 45 metres out from the Essendon goal. They're yet to score. Collingwood 1 goal, 8 points. Off to a good start. Oh, there's a push in the back. I think he may have fell over that time, Mirror, but he didn't pay the free kick, and he'll ball it up. No, still letting it play. Now he'll ball it up. Still about 45 metres out from goal. 8 points the difference. Magpies 1-2 to the Bombers yet to score. Oh, staging that time, Merritt. Out it goes that time to Shaw, over to Hanley, back to Morwood. Good play by Collingwood. And it's Abernathy doing a great job down there at half-back. And that's a great mark taken out there towards the centre wing position by Walsh. Walsh goes to centre field. There's a chance for Hurd. It bounces too high. He's in a bit of trouble here. Well played by Mullane. Scooped it away from him. Drops it in front of Williams. Williams gets the ball back to Mullane again. He's got too much pace that time for Hamilton. Hooks it back towards Taylor in front. He's got it again.
Mark number 3 for Brian
Two Essendon players clashed that time. Walsh and Duckworth put themselves off balance, and that allowed him to mark it. You watch him hook it back there. Now they both fall over. One falls over first, Walsh, then Duckworth trips over him. So he's about 35 metres out from goal, just about directly in front. The kick is coming around nicely. It'll be a goal. That's his second. And Collingwood go to 2 goals, 2-14. To Essendon still yet to score. And of course, last week, as Pete mentioned before, he kicked 6 goals in the first quarter. Can he do it again?
Well, he's got off to a good start. Good play by Mullane here, Luke.
Yes, good play by Williams. Spotted Mullane coming around the pack that time and making a nice lead. As you see, the 2 Essendon players clashed that time. And of course, that made it very easy for Taylor to kick this goal, or grab the ball to kick the goal.
He's kicked 2-1 so far, Brian Taylor. 14 points in favour of Collingwood. We've been playing nearly 10 minutes in the first quarter as Thompson puts Essendon into attack. Past their half-forward line. Izzard gets around Kerrison. Back to Baker. Looking for Danaher at the back. Salmon, great mark! Salmon. Oh, he's standing on the 50-metre line now, but he'll be closer than that when he kicks. Probably about 5 metres less. Over the top, one-handed.
It was a classy mark, Pete.
It certainly was, like plucking butterflies out of the air. Directly in front. Should be a formality, the goal, really, if he gets onto it. And he's got onto the distance. The accuracy not there. And Essendon opening their scoring with a point. It came up 10 3/4 minutes into the term. Certainly deserved better. Great mark by Paul Salmon. And if he can fire it full forward, the Bombers will really be into the chance. Number 5 is Abernathy. 13 points in it. And he's kicked it straight to Gary Folds, who had Essendon's defeat by the Swans on Monday, and I thought was their best player. He's gone for a short pass. The mark missed by Roger Merritt. Seo has the chance to get clear. Onto Dacos at left half-back flank. Short to centre wing. Ball bounces better for Donnell, but he can't trap it inside the line, and it will be a boundary throw-in in the middle of the interchange area.
Of course, Gaffer's got the job of tagging Terry Danaher, but that kick in from full-back wasn't too hot. Didn't think much about it at all.
Salmon, then Cloak. Knocked down to Hurd. Morwood. Ground must be pretty slippery out there. A high tackle or holding the ball? High tackle, says umpire Ross Castle. Now there will be a free kick going Collingwood's way to Tony Shaw on left centre wing. And you'll always find Tony Shaw on the bottom of any pack, that's for certain. Shaw, short pass, Cloak, safe. The familiar Cloak style onto Banks. Did he play on? I thought he did. Umpire says no, hadn't got over the mark. Dennis Banks getting the benefit of the doubt. They're going across goals, Collingwood. Where's Fellows? He's got support from Handley. He's gone for a short pass. McEwen takes the grab about 35 metres from goal.
And the Collingwood forward line operating pretty well at the moment. They're scouting out and they're looking for each other, and their passing's been very good. Good play on the part of Fellows that time. Spotted McEwen. And of course that was a simple mark to take.
McEwen well within kicking distance. A chance for Collingwood's 3rd goal and his first. Taylor has 2 so far. Kick is okay. It looks like it's a goal. So McEwen bringing up his first for Collingwood, their 3rd. They lead by 19 points.
Well, the Magpies are looking very good. I know it's early days yet. We're only to this quarter by just on 13 minutes. We watch Banks go wide. Too long for Fellows, but he follows the bounce. It bounced beautifully for the big fellow. Well within his reach. That was a perfect pass by the Collingwood ruckman. 20 points plays a 1. That's 19 points the difference in favour of the Magpies. And we're just over the 13-minute mark. Centre bounce again. Down goes Abernathy. They pile in there. The umpire still calling play on. Good play by Phillips over to Mullane. He put him under plenty of pressure then. That'll be hold the ball. Bad play on the part of Phillips. The advantage rule played by Clark. Over it goes down to Harvey. A long shot at goal. Well, it's not Essendon having much luck at the moment. It's through for 1 point. They're 2 points to Collingwood 20. The difference 3 goals now. And of course Taylor's kicked 2 of the Collingwood 3 goals, which makes him look pretty good after kicking 9 last week. Ball back into play. It's a long kick. Fellows, a great mark over the top of Sam, and a long hand pass, a dangerous one, but Shaw recovers well. He saved the day there. Another hand pass, another dangerous one. They're messing about. They deserve to lose that, Collingwood, but Essendon don't make much of a go of it either. Finally, it's from Fowles over to Hurd. Hurd over the half-forward line, flying high with CO, and he's got the mark. And what a game this young fella played last week too, Pete.
Yes, he was one of their best 4 or 5, certainly.
Out wide, Abernathy on his own at the 50-metre mark on the half-back line. He's got a paddock to run, and after him now is Stephen Clark, but he's left him for dead. A long kick back towards Collingwood's half-forward line. The ball picked up by Mark Thompson over to Baker. Baker at centre half-back, goes for a short pass. It'll be okay. Terry Danaher gets away from Gay for that time. A long hand pass again. And there's the running player, Hawker, a short pass and a good one. And Harvey's got it well within kicking distance. Be about 40 metres out from goal, just about directly in front. Collingwood 3 goals, 2-20 to the Bombers, 2 points only. Into this quarter by just on 15 minutes. That's the first. And the crowd building up. I'd reckon it's over the 50,000 mark now. They wait for Harvey to kick their first goal if he can. That's a better kick. And that'll be a goal. The Bombers first coming at the... No, that is a point. Looked like a goal there. The Essendon players were clapping before it went through. So they still haven't scored a goal. They're trailing by 17 points.
Burgess on, Bradbury off.
Into this quarter by 15 and a half minutes. As we wait now for the ball to come back into play. Ball back at centre. There's a chance now for the big fellow. Fellows has got it.
Playing well so far.
A hand pass coming over to Shaw. Shaw's kick is a bad one. It's smothered. Back it comes to Fellows. Shaw still there now. Abernathy can't pick it up. There's Mullane coming in. Shows a lot of dash. Picks it up there at half-back and takes it away from the danger zone.
Up towards the centre wing position. Good safe mark taken by Walsh. He's decided to play on. Breaks the tackle well from right half forward. Short passes on, trying to find Merritt. Knocked away by Handley. Harvey, good tackle Morwood. Knock on by CO, sees it out of bounds.
Well, the Magpies are tackling pretty hard, and they're giving the Bombers, which was their forte for a long time, tackling. They're showing him how to do it at this early stage of the match.
16 and a quarter minutes gone. First term, knock away by Merritt. Tried to find Clark, picked up by Izzard. Good tackle by Kerrison. Clark out of bounds. So a boundary throw in inside the 50-metre line in Essendon's right forward pocket. Bombers badly need to win today, having lost their last 3. And of course they won their first 4 games of the season 1986.
It's their last 4 if you include the night game, Pete.
That's true, Lou. Big chance for them here. Fellows doing well in the ruck, but that one hits straight down to Stephen Clark. Handley puts him out of business, and it will be a boundary throw in almost in the identical position. Stephen Clark, of course, got a very bad knock a couple of weeks ago. Suffered some whiplash. That was back in the side against the Swans on Monday. Knock away by Phillips. Again, hit it straight to Stephen Clark. Good smother, Handley. And once again, we'll see a boundary throw in almost in the identical position. So we'll see if Collingwood can clear it this time. Merritt and Fellows. Morwood went through, didn't take the ball with him. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson has a snapshot at goal. That's going close, but not close enough, and out of bounds on the full. So the Bombers not doing too much right on their forward line, but I think we can put it down to, as you pointed out, Lou, Collingwood's good tackling so far.
Except that was a pretty easy one for Mark Thompson, Pete. There was no pressure on him at all.
At the back, Fellows with Salmon. Gafer. Mullane. Good knock on. Got it out of the danger zone up towards centre wing, going through solidly. Walsh centres the ball, tried to find Folds. Tony Shaw after him. Baker inside the square, around Phillips, up towards the 50-metre line. Out comes Danaher with his shadow Gafer. Madden will get onto his left foot and fire. He's usually pretty safe. That's not a bad sort of a shot. It's a goal. 18 minutes it took. Simon Madden able to get onto his favourite kicking foot, the left. 1-3 to 3-2 at VFL Park.
That goal came at the 18-minute mark. We watched that again. Good play on the part of Fowles. Over it goes to Baker. Out wide. Tapped on that time by Salmon over to Madden. And as Pete said, a lovely snapshot for goal.
Simon Madden's first goal. A badly needed one for Essendon. 18 3/4 minutes have got in the first quarter. The score 3-2 to 1-3. And our game of the day picked up by Donnell.
And Donnell spins it back there. It was nearly a push in the back to Harvey, but he's still got the mark in front of Turner. He's out there on the centre wing position, a good distance out from goal. There's a lead coming up from Sam, and he's in front. No, it's not Sam, it's Madden, I should say. And Madden's got it right on the 50-metre mark. They certainly worked hard for their first goal, but it may be one that's given them a bit of confidence because they've been into attack straight after kicking that goal. To Simon Madden. There's the kick. Merritt in front. Couldn't hold the mark. Picked up by Ezard. A snap for goal. It's a wild one. Coming back there to Abernathy. A safe mark down there in defence, and a very difficult one to take. Certainly been a great player since going into defence for Collingwood. Oh, two players clashed there. Down went Burgess. But he's okay, and the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds about 60 metres around from the Bombers' goal. They're 1 goal, 39 points to Collingwood, 3 goals, 20. As we wait now for the ball to come back into play. Knocked out by Salmon. There's Mark Thompson at half-forward. A good hand pass coming over to Donnell. A long kick up there towards the full forward position. Oh, at the back was Harvey. A snap at goal. That'll be all right. So they're bouncing back now, the Bombers, and the forward line starting to function a lot better. 2 goals, 3-15. Essendon to Collingwood, 3 goals, 2-20. What's that again? Good play by Mark Thompson. Donnell went for the long kick, and that's the way to play this ground. Off the top of the pack. Harvey staying at the back like a small man should, and had no trouble putting that through for a goal. So we're back in the centre now, and scores much closer. 5 points the difference in favour of the Magpies. 15 plays, 20 points. Collingwood in front. Taylor's already kicked 2 goals. Going through that time was Merritt, upended Morwood, and the umpire will ball it up down towards the centre half forward position for Essendon. But off to a slow start. Collingwood were very aggressive, but they've got into their gate now. But Pete,
they certainly have, looking a lot better, getting the ball out of the centre. This is a vital bounce.
Knocked out by Fellows. A perfect knockout there to Mullane. That was a ripper. Mullane showing a lot of pace. Gets away from Donnell. Taylor coming out again. He's got it. Oh, he's giving them hell down there. I'll tell you now, Duckworth not in the event with it. And that was the mark all the way.
So Brian Taylor has now taken 4 marks, and the 15-metre penalty will bring him well within kicking distance.
Look at that pass, and of course it was a free kick after that. Now this gives, that's where he got the 15-metre penalty. And this gives him a chance to kick goal number 3. Remember, he kicked 6 last week in the first quarter against Fitzroy. Taylor, well, he's hit a purple patch in the last few weeks for the Magpie, but there's no doubt about it, Peter. No one ever doubted that he couldn't play football. Waiting for the kick. Well, he's off target. And it's through for 1 point. So it's Essendon 2 goals, 3-15 to Collingwood, 3 goals, 3-21. Into the quarter, that's the first by 22 minutes.
2 goals, 2. Brian Taylor's stats from 4 marks and 4 kicks. So he's doing well, as Lou mentioned. More than a handful down there at present at the back cloak. He's got the mark, but it might not be paid. Essendon free kick going Salmon's way to Donnell. Donnell at half-back. Transferring play out towards the centre wing position. Oh, that's a great mark out there. Taken by Thompson. In front of Dacos. Did he play on? Dacos thought so. Mark Thompson onto Folds. Folds inside the square. Essendon looking much better now. Their forward line's moving around a lot more. Fine mark to Madden. He's already kicked 1. That Madden well within kicking distance. Gary Folds, as I said, one of their better players against the Swans at Windy Hill on Monday.
He's played a pretty good game so far today, Pete.
2 marks to Madden and 3 handballs. Drifting off target 2, or did it come back? It did. It's a goal. So 2 goals to Madden. Essendon hit the front for the first time in the go. I beg your pardon. It's level. 3-3. Each side at the 23-minute mark of the term. Madden has 2 for Essendon and Harvey 1. Taylor 2 and McEwen 1 for Collingwood. Great mark by Madden. CO late on the scene. And Madden with that lift foot style that's so familiar now at Windy Hill, putting it through for goal number 2 to level the scores. From VFL Park, 7th big league. 23.5 minutes gone first quarter. Fellows and Salmon. Neither gets a decisive tap away. He's picked up or socket away by Abernathy. Back it goes to Folds again. Looks for the hand pass to Harvey. Harvey to Hawker at centre field. Can't get past Darren Mullane. Good tackle. The tall Salmon puts Essendon into attack. Knocked away from Madden this time. Down goes Tony Shaw. Handley, fumbling. Finally gets clear, chips it in short, and Mullane, playing a good first quarter, takes the mark left half-back flank.
Certainly is.
5 kicks of Darren Mullane so far. This one up and over the centre wing. Cloak late on the scene. Couldn't take the mark. That should be a free kick surely to Hawker. Donnell. Merritt puts Cloak out of business. The two heavyweights clash. Underneath it, Phillips. Knock away into the arms of Morwood. Phillips this time backs up well. Short pass in towards centre field. A little bit too short for McEwen. Oh, the hand pass absolutely atrocious. Straight to Baker. Spencer. Back to Mark Thompson. Turner in pursuit. Short pass. Madden again. A little bit too strong for Seo. Backing up well as Turner. And Turner should get Collingwood out of the danger.
Good play by Turner that time. A bit of a box on between Kerrison and McEwen picks it up on the boundary line of Madden.
Good.
Oh, what the kick by...
That's on behind the play.
Yeah, I know it is. That's Madden and Kerrison having a go. I tipped that, Pete. We see the ball picked up now by Hurd. Over it goes to Hawker, playing a slashing game in this first quarter. Back to Big Salmon. His kick falls a bit short, smothered by Terry Danaher. He'll go after it again, but without the ball. Fellows couldn't pick it up either. Plenty of fumbling going on there. Both sides a little bit nervous as we see Baker go for a hand pass to Danaher. His kick is smothered by Mullane. Collingwood's best player by a mile. As we see Turner drive it over the half-forward line. Williams got his hands to it. We see taking it off the pack that time was Walsh. Kicked up. Oh, he went for the slipper that time. Good play by Bits. A hand pass to Shaw. This looks dangerous. Oh, why didn't he kick it? Over to Dacos. A long shot at goal. But he's off target. Shaw should have had a shot. He went backwards that time to give it to Dacos.
Oh, Dacos I thought was in a better position.
Well, I don't think so, Pete. I think he should have gone straight at the goal. It amazes me sometimes, particularly being a rover.
Well, that's the way it turned out anyway.
And he wrote the ball is out of bounds. That'll be a penalty free kick to Duckworth down there with scores dead level. I don't know whether I can stand another close game, Pete, after last night, as we see Cloak take that mark about 65 metres out from goal, perhaps a little bit more. Kick by Cloak. Back there towards the full forward. Oh, it falls short. That'll be a free kick for Collingwood. Mullane again. Collingwood's best player by a mile in this first quarter. 6 kicks to Darren Mullane and 1 handball. There he is down there now. He's got a chance to score a goal and put Collingwood in front. There's a free kick there all the way. He rode him to the ground. Now Mullane would be, let me see. He'd be about 45 metres out from goal. It's a fair kick, but he's directly in front.
Taylor making a lead.
We're going to ignore that. And I think that's the way to play it. You've got to go directly at the goals on this big ground. Well, he's kicked that from about 50 metres out. Oh, that's a ripper of a goal. And a beautiful goal. The Magpies have hit the front again. 4 goals, 3:27 to Essendon. 3 goals, 3:21 as we approach the 27.5-minute mark of this first quarter.
And you'll see Mullane right on the 50-metre line when he kicked it. And the great goal. And backing up the judgment that the VFL selectors had in naming him in the state squad.
6 points the difference. 27 plays, 21 in favour of Collingwood. Knocked out by Salmon. Coming in that time is Turner. He's grabbed. There's a go now for Mark Thompson. A hand pass comes over. It's Baker spread eagling the pack as he goes for a long kick. Looking there for Madden. Madden and Seo. Tapped on by Madden. And it's through for 1 point. At least he's kept it in their attacking zone. And Collingwood lead by 5 points. 22 plays, 27.
Simon Madden directing traffic. Something similar to a traffic policeman. Short pass comes out to Phillips just up from the back pocket. Was he off? The umpire says yes. Great smother by Folds. Brilliant play out to Baker. Baker, the hand pass to Hurd should result in a goal. Hurd gets clear, 12 metres out, shoots and puts it through. And that resulted from bad play from Collingwood initially. Essendon took full advantage of it. Shane Hurd's first goal. Essendon in front by a point.
Well, we saw Phillips hesitated, and of course he messed it up. And that was good play by Foles. Over to Baker. Back it goes now to Hurd. He was nearly grabbed by the leg, but he shrugged it off pretty well. Showed a lot of pace to kick a fine goal to put him in front by 1 point.
2 to Madden, 1 to Harvey, and now 1 goal to Shane Hurd. The goal kickers for Essendon. That came up at the 28-minute mark of the quarter. A point the difference in favour of the reigning premiers. Playing time on in the opening term. Salmon's knockout out towards Cloak on centre wing. But not Cloak, it was Phillips out there. Donnell gets there first, ball very close to the boundary line, tries to get clear of McEwen, gets it back to Walsh. Long kick by Kevin Walsh. At the back is Kerrison. Over the top was Merritt, Turner, Phillips, Tony Shaw on the boundary line. There's someone running past, decides to go long, trying to find Cloak, knocked away from him effectively through the legs of Spencer. Dacos in front, got a nice old punch behind the ear. Can't get clear. It's going to be a bounce on centre wing. Game of very high standard in the opening term so far, with 8 goals kicked and 1 point the difference. Salmon and Cloak. Salmon flicks it out. After Dacos, good hip and shoulder put out of business. Harvey, Mark Thompson, Donnell. Tries to find Baker. Abernathy wearing him pretty closely at the moment. Baker wins out. Good hand pass. There's the siren for the end of the first term as Shane Hurd has the ball. And it shows a 1-point advantage to Essendon. 7th match of the day from VFL Park. The reigning premiers leading by a point. Simon Madden has 2 for Essendon. Taylor 2 for Collingwood. Knocked down to Turner, one of Collingwood's good players in the opening quarter. Turner to half forward and a good diving mark to David Cloak. Collingwood need him to fire today against the Essendon tall timber. Short pass by Cloak. Banks couldn't take advantage of it inside the 50-metre line, and it's going to be a bounce.
Well, the pass was meant for Taylor then, but it dropped a bit short, Pete.
Well short, in fact.
Of course, Taylor's kicked 2 goals in the first quarter for Collingwood.
Could have had 4. He's kicked 2-2. Missed a couple of easy ones. Knocked down by Cloak. Knock on by Walsh. Hawker. Short to the outer side. Harvey and Gaffer. Gaffer gets the hand pass, picked up by Fellows. Salmon and Spencer. Spencer over the top. Out to Hawker. Oh, why do they do that? Hawker to Walsh. Cloak, good tackle. Hamilton. Hawker again, left half-back flank. Now Essendon running it out of the fence a little bit better. This is Mick Thompson. Hawker caught this time, breaks it beautifully, caught by Turner. And the Collingwood free kick. Morwood. Long kick up towards the 50-metre line. Salmon was the high flyer. Williams and Donnell. Donnell long and safe. Up to Baker, Dacos, Abernathy. In front, Morwood. Hawker sharks it. Caught. Bad hand pass, but a good tackle. Morwood flicks it out to Banks. Banks at right half forward flank. He's gone for a pass down towards full forward. McEwen can run on from there. Oh, shocking kick out of bounds on the full.
Could have run another 10 metres, McEwen. That was a terrible kick after taking such a courageous mark. Ball out of bounds on the full. And a penalty free kick to go down there to Duckworth. Of course, Duckworth's got his hands full today, minding Taylor, who's already kicked 2 goals. 2 goals too, as a matter of fact. Punched away, a nice knockout by Fellows over to Banks. A long shot at the goal up towards Taylor and Duckworth. It beats them both and through for 1 point. So scores a dead level again. 4 goals for 28 points apiece. Into this second quarter by just on 3 minutes. There's Donnell breaking clear from the full-back position out towards Cloak. Got a chance to mark this one. Taps the ball out. Hits the deck. Picked up by Fowl. Playing a great game, but that's a bad kick. Tapped on by Abernathy. Comes back now to Dacos. Shows a bit of pace as he sends the ball down to Taylor. He's got it again. Well, he stitched Duckworth right up today. Should have had 4 goals on the ball. He's only got 2. He's missed a couple of easy ones.
5 marks to Brian Taylor.
It was a beautiful pass by Dacos, but a lovely lead. He's only about 25 metres out from goal, directly in front.
Well, what we've seen from Taylor in the last couple of weeks, Lou, he's moving around a lot more, isn't he?
Well, he's doing one thing that's vital, Pete. That is playing in front. There's the kick.
The better one.
And that's a goal. That's goal number 3 to Taylor. The Magpies are back in front again. 5 goals, 4-34. To Essendon, 4 goals, 4-28. What's that again? Well kicked down there that time by Dacos. And a lovely lead and a good mark. And a fine shot for goal. We're just on the 4-minute mark. Collingwood in front by 6 points. The crowd round about the 50,000 mark. And a perfect day for football.
3 goals to Brian Taylor, 1 to McEwen, 1 to Mullane, the goal kickers for Collingwood.
Centre bounce. 6 points the difference in favour of Collingwood as we wait now for the centre bounce. Salmon, no doubt, has made a difference to Western since he went into the ruck. That fellow still battling pretty hard for the Magpies. Knocked out by Salmon again. Picked up by Merritt. Crashed his way through the pack. He had to get rid of that one quickly. Fellows taps it on. Knocked on by Cloak. A beauty over to Banks. A long one coming out to McEwen. Let's hope he can do a better job this time from about 30 metres out. He fires and he's put it through.
That's a better kick.
That's his second goal. 12 points the difference. 6 goals, 4-40 Collingwood to Essendon. 4 goals, 4-28.
Collingwood getting the ball out of the centre ultimately there. Watch this long hand pass. Good knock on by Cloak. That was the one there.
Beautiful hand pass from Banks, and McEwen took full advantage of that. Walsh is after him like a rabbit that time, but couldn't catch him, and he got it through for a goal.
Essendon player down inside the square. It will be Nobby Clark. I'm not quite sure.
I think it might be, is it Hawker, Pete?
No.
We'll try and pick him up for you.
They will be halted with it.
I don't know what happened there. I think they clashed at that pack when the ball was knocked out, I think, by Cloak, or just before that.
Might be Donnell.
Well, they've got the doctor out there too, I think. Well, he hasn't stirred. He's getting to... Well, they've moved him now. No, I don't think it is Walker.
Donnell it is, Lou.
It's Donnell. Well, the good news is on his feet, but he looks as though he's in a bit of pain, Pete. Well, the Magpies are in front there. 6 goals, 4-40 to Western. 4 goals, 4-28. We approach the 6-minute mark, and they're taking Donnell off the ground.
Gee, that's
bad luck.
A painful injury. I didn't see what happened. Let's watch the replay, and I believe the bottom right of the screen is where the action might have been. Now, oh, gee, that could be a knee.
Looks as though fellows fell on it accidentally, and that's caused the trouble.
So Frank Donnell probably will take no further part in the match and is being taken very quickly off the field, and I presume to the dressing room. Nobby Clark will be his replacement, standing on the boundary line at the moment, and of course Clark knows what injuries are all about. He's had a few in his career so far at Essendon. And Clark comes on. Essendon, of course, have had a rotten run with injuries this year. 12 points the difference, 6.5 minutes into the term. Knocked away by Fellows, knocked back by Mark Thompson, picked up by Shaw, up to half forward. McEwen and Spencer. Spencer goes the punch away, but he's headed straight to McEwen. Can he make it another goal? He'll flick out the hand pass this time to Mullane. Out of bounds on the full. Too long and too wide for Mark Williams. And it will be a free kick going Essendon's way in the right back pocket to be taken by Hamilton. Over to Clark. Clark, a short pass straight up the centre of the ground, and a mark taken by Danaher. He got one from David Clark, and Walsh comes in. Now he could take it off Essendon. That was pretty silly from Kevin Walsh, and it's on because the umpire could reverse the decision. He did it right in front of the umpire. There should, or could be 2 bookings, and Walsh in plenty of trouble down there. Taylor comes after him. Danaher's still down, and there are plenty of fists flying. Madden hits the deck. Merritt's in there. Well, they're all in there, bar one player, and that's Collingwood skipper Mark Williams. And Hamilton very quickly goes back to stand next to him. I don't know whether there were any bookings. I'm just going to see whether the umpire reverses that decision and gives it against Walsh.
I think he is, Pete.
Let's take a look at it again. Now, Danaher goes down, got one from Cloak, which was high, of course. There's no disputing that. And Walsh went in to remonstrate, and the umpire could take it off him. He's certainly having a few words to say to Walsh.
And the free kick going to Cloak.
Pretty silly from Kevin Walsh. I don't think there were any numbers taken, Lou, do you?
So, Pete, he was going for the book and he decided to put it away. I don't know if he would have booked because he had to book a lot of them.
You would
have a bit of a go.
So 8.5 minutes into the quarter, things certainly hotting up. Collingwood lead by 12 points and they have the chance to go further ahead. Need to be a good kick because he's 55 metres out, but pretty well directly in front.
There's the kick by Cloak. It's a long kick. It's a magnificent kick, a goal. So the Magpies are 3 goals in front. Now, that was a captain's goal, that one. 4 goals for 28. To Collingwood, 7-4-46, and the Magpies looking really good, even though he's only vice-captain. But by golly, that was a goal kick by a vice-captain or a captain, Pete. What's that again?
Kick.
It's at least 55 metres out.
Yes, he was well over that circle, which is 50 metres from goal. But David Cloak putting through his first. Taylor has 3 for Collingwood and McEwen 2.
The Magpies in front by 18 points. 28 plays, 46, 9.5 minutes gone. The ball hits the deck again. It's pretty torrid out there as we see Clark go down. Piling on top of the ball was Shaw, and the umpire will ball it up. Getting over there pretty quickly. Trying to cool things down because it's hotting up at the moment. We saw plenty of players having a bit of a dip there before, but no reports, we don't think. Ball comes back to Morwood, fumble that one. Out it comes from Ezard over to Clark. That's Stephen Clark back to Hurd at half forward. Up it goes towards the full forward position. Punched out by Seo. Grabbed here by Spencer. Back it goes to Harvey. That was Mick Thompson. A snap by Harvey. And it's through for 1 point. So Essendon move on to 4 goals, 5-29 to Collingwood 7-4-46. Just over the 10-minute mark of this second quarter. And what a torrid quarter it's been. This has been a pretty good game, a very entertaining game for this big crowd around about the 50,000 mark. Out towards centre half back, and that's a strong mark by Fella. Quick hand pass coming over to Karras, and a short one out there, picked up by Turner. He fumbled, but he gathered it up pretty quick. Gets a long kick, knocked after he kicked the ball out. Oh, great mark to McEwen, looking better today. He's about 60 metres out from goal, looking for Taylor. Taylor at the back of the pack, flies, got it. Oh, they've got to move Duckworth. And I thought Sheedy moved the players around pretty quickly because this bloke's kicked 3 goals, 2 against him.
6 marks to Brian Taylor so far.
He's outclassing him completely like he did to McCormack in that first 10 minutes or so at Collingwood last week.
And he's kicked 3 goals, 2 to date.
He's only about 35 metres out from goal, directly in front, going for goal number 4. There she is on its way. But he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So that's 3 goals, 3 he's kicked, 7 goals, 5-47 Collingwood to Essendon, 4 goals, 5-29 as we approach. That's a great mark by McEwen. Just grabbed it by the fingertips, Pete, but got it, and he's played fairly well today in the second quarter in particular.
That's all you've got to do. Madden to Stephen Clark. Stephen Clark on left centre wing. In pursuit is Handley. Clark got a good turn of speed. Handley won't pick him up. He's gone for a pass. Oh, Burgess. And he made a meal of that one. He has done. Here's a goal coming up. Thompson. Oh, costly fumble. And Mark Thompson put it through for a badly needed goal to Essendon after Burgess fumbled all over the place. 2 goals in it, 7-5 to 5-5.
That was a bad fumble by Burgess that time because he had the ball running for him after Clark made a long dash. Now, you watch the way it bounces. Now, it bounces well for him, but he fumbled it, a bad fumble, and well played. And beautifully thought out by Mark Thompson. Didn't attempt to pick it up. Let it go off the ground and through for a goal. Great play by Thompson.
Thompson's first goal brings Essendon to within 2. 12.5 minutes gone. Second quarter, 7-5 to 5-5. Sevens big league from VFL Park. Great game of football. Plenty of action. Picked up by Williams. He's been fairly quiet so far. Cloak at half forward. Out to Turner. Kick is wide. Out towards the boundary line. Spencer content to see it over the line, and it will be a throw-in about 55 metres from the Collingwood goal. In the shade of the VFL Park grandstands, fairly cool, quite pleasant in the sun. Madden and Cloak, won by Cloak rather, but knocked down to Baker. Fellows, a mark, a juggle. The grab is there. On to Gafer. He's minding Harvey at the moment. Gafer just gets his kick in. It's short to half forward. Cloak is there. So too is Hawker. Pinned and loses it. Good tackle. Williams to Burgess. Can he make amends? Running into an open goal. Fires and puts it through. He'll be happier. So Burgess, a quick reply after he fumbled at the other end that let Thompson in for a goal. The Magpies again by 3.
Well, that certainly made amends for Burgess. Coming right down from that half-back line, picked it up beautifully from a hand pass. You watch this now. Burgess coming through.
Good tackle by Morwood.
The hand pass coming out to him, and he broke clear, had the dash, but he certainly made amends, as Peter said before. He'd certainly be happy about that, Pete.
He certainly would. Crowd enjoying the sun in the outer. Once again, the difference, 3 goals at VFL Park.
Centre bounce again. 18 points the difference. Knocked out by Fellows. Over it goes down to Malay. Back to Shaw, out wide to Dacos and Thompson. Good play by Mark Thompson, playing a great game. He's grabbed by Taylor. He goes to the ground. We see Baker fumble. The Magpies tackling very well as the ball is tapped out by Hawker. Back towards that half-back line. Punched away from Ezard. He's been pretty quiet. Phillip butters up after Kerrison missed that one. The ball back to Banks. He's got a chance to mark, but they're coming across. There's a strong mark, but it'll be a free kick. It'll be a free kick to Collingwood for interference. Banks takes the free kick. A short pass. McEwen, he nearly grabbed that one again. A hand pass coming over there from Shaw to Morwood. Threads his way from the pack. He goes down, scoops it back. Over to Cloak. It'll be a goal. Oh, brilliant play on the part of Morwood that time. What a ripper. What a bit of play that was, Pete.
Great piece of play, and I'm just wondering whether it could have almost been construed as a throw. I'd like to see it again. Was it a genuine knock-on? But Collingwood really firing in the second quarter. Here it is. McEwen misses the mark. Shaw fumbles, gets it back to Morwood. A tap on. Then he gets collared there. Ooh, interesting.
No, a tap on, I'd say. A fair dinkum tap on.
Cloak got the goal. So 2 goals to David Cloak, and Collingwood now leading by 4.
24 points the difference in favour of the Magpies. There's a clash at centre field between Madden and Fellows. It comes out again. Mullane sent Collingwood back into attack. McEwen in front, punched out again. Down it comes towards that half-forward line, picked up by Hanley. Hanley looks for a player there, a teammate. Flying high was Thompson, couldn't hold the mark. He fumbles the ball. Spencer can't get it clear. He's put it out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a penalty free kick to Collingwood. They can't do a thing wrong at the moment. Cloak's got the ball on the boundary line about 60 metres out from goal. But he kicked one from about 55 out before. But this is too far, I would say. He's dragged the ball right across the front of the goals. Flying high was Taylor. The ball knocked it now. Picked up by Baker down there at half-back. He got one too high from Taylor. Taylor said, I bumped him fair, but he said, you hit him right in the mush. And I'm inclined to agree with the umpire because Baker's holding the face, the mouth, actually. There's a quick hand pass coming over there to Hurd. Hurd and McEwen, Spencer and McEwen clash there as the ball goes out there to Big Sam and the ball tapped on. Ezard couldn't get within Cooey of it. Williams throws it away. It's grabbed now, a chance now for Mick Thompson, I should say, down towards full forward. A race going on. Madden and Seo. Madden's got the chance. He can't pick it up. Down goes Seo. Gave him another chance. He fumbled again. Oh, he had 2 chances that time, Madden, but he couldn't pick it up. Good
blocking there
by Seo that time, Pete.
Watch Gafer.
Gafer comes in, put him off balance, and of course the ball goes out of bounds.
Boundary throw in, adjacent to the behind post. Still a chance for Essendon. Once again, Gafer. Kerrison. Could be danger here. Baker on his own, or he could have played on too, but decides to go back and have the kick 50 metres out directly in front. And Essendon badly need one at the moment. Leon Baker, 7 kicks and 6 handballs, so he's Essendon's most effective player in gathering possessions. The kick coming around nicely. Not far enough. Burgess couldn't get clear. Long handball comes up to Nobby Clark. Out to Mick Thompson. Madden at the back. Stephen Clark over the top. Can't do it. Out of bounds or a point. It's one behind, says the goal umpire. Essendon badly needing a goal. 17 3/4 minutes have gone in the second quarter. And certainly had plenty of action so far, including an all-in. But we don't believe that any numbers have been taken. And of course, Gary Folds carried from the field as well. Abernethy. Good long kick. It's about 55 metres in distance. Breaking through McMullen. Up the centre field. Walsh. Breaks the tackle well. Out to right half forward flank and Gary Folds. And he's got plenty of room to move. Folds. A long kick. Should land it just about in the square at the back as Madden can't take the mark. Stephen Clark takes the hand pass, has a shot at goal, out of bounds on the full.
Not having much luck down there, just the same. The Bombers are there. But there's plenty of pressure put on.
Yes.
Just the same with the Collingwood defence, Peter.
Kerrison will take the kick. No, what's happening here?
I think it might have been a free kick.
Free kick going to Essendon.
I think it's going to Clark. He's creeping around to the front of the goal, but the umpire will bring him around about 45 degrees.
I didn't see what happened there. I must admit we might be able to take a replay after the kick has been taken.
I think it may have happened after he kicked the ball. I'm not quite sure.
He'd have to fall over to miss it. Clark puts it through for a goal. A badly needed one to the Bombers. His first, and Essendon come a little bit closer now on our mate of the day. 19 minutes into the term, 59 plays 42. And let's see what happened to Stephen Clark amongst all this. Oh, he's in there. Takes the ball. Has a snapshot at goal.
Got pushed in the back after he kicked the ball. It was a pretty timid one, Pete.
So we've seen worse than that today, haven't we? Certainly. Nonetheless, it was a free kick as deemed by the umpire, and Clark made no mistake from point-blank range. 19.5 minutes gone, second quarter, 42 to 59, a difference of 17 points in favour of Collingwood.
Into the quarter by just over 19.5 minutes, knocked out by Salmon. Ball comes back now to Abernethy, kicks it high back towards Collingwood's half-forward line. Baker fumbled that one on his back. Here's Williams, and the umpire will ball it up about 70 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Collingwood 9-5-59 to Western 6-6-42, a difference of 17 points. It's been a pretty rugged game, but a very entertaining one. Salmon tapped it out. Fumble there, picked up by Walsh. He gets a hand pass back. Plenty of smothering going on. It's Clark coming out of the pack. He ran into double. He threw that one away. But luckily for Collingwood, he gave it to McMullen, running to centre half forward. Goes for the long kick, looking for Taylor again. Taylor's got Danaher there. They've moved Duckworth. They have to do that.
Yeah, Duckworth's on the forward line.
And the ball is out of bounds. Now let's see what Danaher can do with Taylor, because he's dominated that full forward position, kicking 3 goals, 3. Ball out of bounds in the forward pocket. Collingwood in front by 17 points. Knocked out by Salmon again. McEwen taps the ball on, goes after it again. Still on the boundary line. Good play by McEwen. This is the best game I've seen. He might have, no, he's put that through for a point. So it's 3 goals the difference now. Collingwood in front by 18 points.
9-6 to 6-6.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. Into the quarter by just on 21 minutes. Oh, he's in trouble here. Oh, golly, how far do you run?
Well, that's Donnell. He got carried off the ground before. He made a miraculous recovery, didn't he?
I was a bit reluctant to call his name then, Pete. I thought he was just about gone for all time, but he's back on the ground again. Must have hit a nerve or something. Ball out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line, about 75 metres around from their goal. They're 18 points in front. Knocked out by Cloak, picked up by Ezard, a very quiet player today, but he landed that one inside the boundary line, and it'll be another throw-in. Gradually creeping around towards the centre wing position. I think Kerrison's had the job of tagging him, and he's kept him down pretty well. He's had 4 possessions so far, most unlike Ezard. Tapped out by Walsh, picked up that time by Shaw, grabbed by Baker. He's in the walls today. They're certainly giving him some hammering down there, and the ball is out of bounds again. Creeping up towards the Collingwood forward line once again. Poor old Baker, he's playing a pretty good game, but he's copped a few heavy ones. Walsh and Cloak both go down as the ball is tapped back to Shaw again, back over the half-forward line, punched away by McEwen. Going after it now is Mark Thompson, a hand pass back to Salmon, a quick one over to Nell, who made a remarkable recovery just a moment ago. He was carried off the ground. Hawke has got one in the back, and he'll get a free kick and a 15-metre penalty against Taylor. Quick hand pass. This is dangerous as Fowles' kick is kind of smothered.
Oh, that is a joke.
It'll be downfield, and the free kick will go out there to Harvey. A loose man created there now, and we see the ball picked up by Danaher, a long shot at goal. But the bomber skip was off target, and the ball is out of bounds. Well, he went down following the tail at that time, and of course he carried it right down to the forward line. A short pass, a dangerous one, and Banks has got it down there in the back pocket. Collingwood 9-6-60 to Western 6-6-42. Good mark. Hand pass from Burgess over to Abernethy. What an improved player Abernethy is since going to that half-back line. Picked up again by Morwood over to Dacos right on the boundary line. Looking for a Collingwood player. Shaw comes, and that's a gutsy mark. Oh, what a mark that was.
Real guts.
Well, he should have got that mark if he didn't hold it for Brave. He's getting up holding. That's a great mark, a gutsy mark from the Collingwood little rival. What a mark, Peter.
Yes, he got sat on and was limping on this when he got up. Dacos to Morwood. Up to full forward. Donnell at the back was the flyer, but plenty of good backing up there by Nobby Clark. He's gone for the boundary line in no uncertain terms. I don't think it'll get there, though. Handley's gone for a pass down towards full forward. In front is Williams, but the umpire has stopped play. Now,
I think given the free kick downfield because Thompson had a go at McEwen when he shoved him off after the ball was sent down there, Pete.
I didn't see that. I was watching further downfield. I was watching Mark Williams, actually. He's the man to come up with the kick. We may see that on replay. And Richardson about to come on. You can hear the boos. Plenty of them as Mick Thompson goes off the ground. Williams has a shot at goal in the meantime and has put it through for a goal. So plenty happening in an action-packed second quarter here at VFL Park. 24 minutes into the term. The difference 4 goals, 10-6 to 6-6. Now Richardson has gone up to the forward line. Let's see where he's going. He's a loose man across the half-forward line at the moment. I'm going to see who's about to pick him up.
I think Burgess will pick him up.
Burgess. Well, he was on Duckworth a couple of moments back. Approaching the time-on period of the second term. From 4 goals the difference. Knocked down by Salmon. Picked up by Baker. Easily. Essendon's leading kick gatherer. Richardson. Tackled well by Burgess.
Well, golly, he bounced on him then, didn't he?
Very quickly.
He went after him like a tiger after a deer. That's a deer, D-double-E-R.
Bounce inside the square. Fellows into the back of his opponent. Not much doubt about that. Roger Merritt. Haven't seen much of him today. Gary Folds. Madden. Knocked away by CO. Straight down to Harvey, who has a snapshot at goal. Might be out of bounds on the full. No. Duckworth doing battle down there with McMullen. It's out of bounds. And a boundary throw-in will take place about 10 metres from the behind post. 8 kicks and 3 handballs to Harvey. Madden and Phillips. Merritt. Shot at goal. 1 point. Scoreboard. Sevens big league from VFL Park. 6-7 now to 10-6 in our match of the day. A difference of 23 points. And we've certainly had plenty happening in this quarter. And all in blue. Richardson on. Folds carried off and then coming back on. Harvey at the back. Can't outmark his taller teammate Paul Salmon, and Salmon marks about 60 metres from goal.
Well, that was a strong mark by Salmon. He and Fellows have had a great duel, about even, I would say.
Tony Shaw limping off, will be replaced by Turner.
There's a short pass, not a good one. There's a chance now for Merritt to break clear. Fires at the goal, but once again they're off target. And it's certainly not their lucky day when they come to shoot for goal. So it's 10 goals, 666 Collingwood to Essendon 6-8 to 44, a difference of 22 points. 26 and a half minutes gone of this second quarter, and what a quarter it's been. We'll kick back into play again. Fellows and Salmon. This time it's Fellows who'll get the free kick against Salmon for interference. As I said before, they've had a pretty good duel, these two, and I reckon it's about even, Pete.
I must agree.
Fellows, kick falls a bit short. Over the pack at time. Ball comes out, pushed out towards the Banksy, goes down, they bounce on top of him. That's Donnell trying to get his way through the pack. It finally comes out to Richardson, taps it on, the crowd hooting him. That's Collingwood, of course. Still plenty of scrimmaging Richardson once again, but he can't get clear. They're not giving him much latitude. As soon as he gets the ball, they pounce on him. Well, he probably hasn't had 20% of his play yet. They'll wait for a ball up there at centre-half forward for Essendon. Collingwood in front by 22 points. Fellows against Merritt. Knocked out by Fellows. Picked up by Baker. Still doing a great job. CO couldn't get this. It looks dangerous. Oh, he got one on the back. He might get a free kick. He said no. It's through for another point.
Well, that was more blatant than the free he got before.
Oh, I thought that Gayfer got right into his back, but they're having a bit of a bumping match now. He's knocked him down. It'll be a free kick. I think it'll go over there to... it'll come out now to Gayfer. Against Harvey. He got caught. He was a bit stiff that time, I would say, because the other bloke was provoking him a little bit.
So how often the retaliator gets caught? Cloak on centre wing with Walsh.
Good play on the part of Walsh that time. He tried to juggle it, Cloak, but couldn't hang on to it. And Welsh coming at the back, knocked it out of bounds, but at least he's kept it up towards the Bomber half-forward line. They're trailing by 21 points. Cloak in front, Merritt at the back. Baker again. A hand pass, a wild one looking for Duckworth. He picks it up on the first bounce. Back to Baker again, anticipating beautifully to Madden. And he's got it. And there's no doubt Baker's their best player.
By the length of Burke Street.
So Madden with a chance to score a goal here. He'd only be about 20 metres out. Good mark, safe mark, but good play on the part of Baker to get it down to it. Let's see what Madden can do with this. He's already kicked 2 goals. He's only about 15 to 20 metres out on a bit of an angle, but not a difficult shot. They're trailing by 21 points. Taking plenty of time. Maybe he's taking too long, I don't know. There's the kick, now it's through for a goal. So the Bombers move on to 7 goals, 9-51 to Collingwood, 10-6-66. And we're just over the 29-minute mark of this second quarter.
7-9 to 6-6, and out of Essendon's score, Simon Madden has kicked 3. Harvey, Mark Thompson, Stephen Clark and Herb, the other goal kickers for the Bombers. As we watch that kick again for Collingwood, Taylor 3, 2 to McEwen and 2 to Cloak are their leading goal kickers. 51 to 66 is the score, a margin of 15 points in favour of the Magpies. Morwood, Dacos. Dacos out towards left half forward. Turner leading well, gets clear of Hurd for the mark, but he's a long way from goal, about 65 to 70 metres. Taylor and Cloak up for Collingwood. Williams, well smothered. Oh, here's a go. Goal coming up to McEwen. Great hand pass from Morwood. And that was a very quick reply. And McEwen putting it through for his 3rd goal. And Collingwood once again assert their supremacy here this afternoon. 11-6 to 7-9.
Well, that was good play on the part of Williams first up, Pete. He watched the ball hit the deck. Williams scouting out, spotted or got the ball out to Morwood. Quick thinking again with Morwood. That's the best game I think I've seen McEwen play since he's joined the Magpies. He's kicked 3 goals up to this stage of the match.
30.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. It certainly has been an action-packed term of football. As I said, we've had an all-in blue. And some great football just the same. 7-9 to 11-6 now. We've been playing nearly 31 minutes in the second quarter. Salmon loses that one out to Fellows, taken by Duckworth. Duckworth's kick out towards the centre wing position. Clark loses out to McMullen. McMullen gets it back from Handley. Kick not well directed though, into no man's territory down there, very close to the boundary line, and in fact has gone over, carried over by McEwen. It will be a boundary throw-in. So boundary throw-in, right half forward for Collingwood, but about 60 to 70 metres from goal. Walsh and Cloak. Cloak actually got that one out while he was on the ground. Banks has been a fairly quiet player for the Woods so far. Attempted smother, not successful down there. Clark gets there first, gets offloaded. Good bump by Mullane. Williams, the hand pass. Mullane in short. Turner in front, over the top. Spencer backing up well as Hurd. Long hand pass. Gary Folds at the 50-metre defence line. Out towards centre wing. Hawker making space for himself. Decides to go for the bounce. Can the Bombers score before the siren? Chips it in short. Mark Thompson gets it over to Richardson, or in fact tries to. Hawker again. Loses out. This time it's Burgess. Phillips away from Richardson. Back Dacos on centre wing. Long quarter. Dacos. Short pass. Mullane. Folds on the mark. Mullane put it high. Trying to find Banks at the back as Donnell. Missed it. Salmon. It's gone out very wide. In fact, too wide. Mullane sees the ball safely over the boundary line. It will be thrown in on centre wing.
See Foles go down there, but I think he's okay from that knock from Mullane. But that was strong play by Mullane when he went for the punch. Ball out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line, a long distance from their goal. Mullane again, playing a great game for the Magpies. Back it goes to Clark. Williams grabs it. Beautiful play by the Collingwood skipper. Hand pass to McEwen for goal number 4. Got it. He's got it. Great play on the part of Williams that time. Magnificent play. An unselfish play over the goal number 4 from McEwen.
Well, Williams has had a hand in their last 2 goals.
12 goals, 6-78 Collingwood to Essendon, 7-9-51.
Let's take a look at that in replay. Watch again for Mark Williams. Tuck fumbles. Williams made the most of his opportunity. Spencer couldn't tackle him. He was well blocked. Back to McEwen again. And McEwen 15 metres out for goal number 4.
Collingwood in front by 27 points, and things not looking too good for the Bombers. But there's a long way to go yet.
Biggest margin we've had so far today.
33 minutes gone of this second quarter. The siren due to go any tick of the clock. Fellows against Salmon. Knocked out by Salmon. Grabbed by Duckworth. It's a hand pass to Hawker. A bad one. A hurried kick by Fowles. There's the chance here now for to score. Mark Thompson with a short pass to Salmon. Fumble. That CO backs up well. And the youngster gets the ball back there towards the wing position, but there's plenty of Essendon players. Garrison topped one a bit high, but the umpire said play on as we see Banks get it back again. Garrison with a hand pass. No one there for Collingwood. This allows Mark Thompson to pick it up. He's in trouble. He's grabbed. Collingwood tackling pretty well today. It's Walsh over to Hawker. Hawker balks. Back it goes to Salmon again. Another hand pass from Salmon out there to Duckworth. It bounced the wrong way. Knocked on by Spencer, in trouble. A fumble. This allows Moore. They're making mistakes. Essendon. Moore would break clear. Goes for a pass. It's a beauty. Williams has got it. And Williams coming to light in this second quarter. A pass looking for Taylor. Taylor flies. He's got it. He beat Danaher. He's got it again. A chance there to kick goal number 4. He's been a power down there today.
Very long quarter, 34.5 minutes so far.
That was a strong mark by Taylor. He's had 7 marks. Of course, he's kicked 3 goals, and I think 3 goals, 3. He's only about 25 to 30 metres out directly in front, going for goal number 4. And, of course, Collingwood 27 points in front into this second quarter by just on 35 minutes. The kick on its way. And that's another goal. So Collingwood move on to 13-6-84 to Essendon, looking pretty crook now, 7-9-51.
4 goals to Taylor, 4 to McEwen, 2 to Clark. The leading goal kickers for the Magpies. Taylor, strong mark in front of Danaher. Not much he could do there. Hurd was too late on the scene. And Brian Taylor now, 6 kicks, 7 marks, 3 goals, 3. A very good player so far.
4 goals, Pete.
51 to 84. Abernathy, one of the longest quarters of football for a long time. Abernathy up towards left half forward. Knock on by Williams. Turner, can he get clear? Around Hurd, onto the right foot. Snapshot at goal is off target and through for a point. 35.5 minutes it's gone now. And that would have the sirens got on the blink. We did have an all-in brawl earlier in the quarter, which necessitated a couple of minutes time on. Ball back into play once more. Mark taken down there by Dennis Banks. Dacos says go. He's gone for a hand pass. Here's McEwen. He's having a purple patch. That's another one. 5 goals to McEwen. And there is the siren. 36 minutes the second quarter went. Collingwood finished up kicking 10 goals for the quarter. They kicked 10 goals for. 14-7 to 7-9 at half-time. The Magpies lead by 40 points.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
Sevens big lead, the second half of the big game from VFL Park. Can Essendon come back? They trail by 40 points now after the Magpies piled on 10 during a magnificent second quarter. Ball knocked out towards the centre field area and picked up by Baker. Easily Essendon's leading kick getter down to half forward. CO in front, no mark, says the umpire, and a correct decision. Mick Thompson goes for the knock on. Madden, not a good hand pass. And Madden piles it on top of his opponent, but it's going to be a ball up at the Essendon centre half forward position, about 60 metres from their goal. It's been a good duel in the ruck. Fellows against Merritt this time. Won by Fellows. In the back, yes. No doubt about that. Against Kerrison will be taken by Ezard.
I think this is his 6th possession for the match so far, Pete.
Been fairly quiet. Over the top. Oh, great mark taken down there by Danny CO. Onto Dacos. Onto McMullen. McMullen, right half-back flank, getting clear of Richardson. He was given a hostile reception when he came on too, incidentally, in the previous quarter. It's almost out of bounds. Picked up by Walsh right on the line. Tackled by Cloak.
Out of bounds, Pete.
In fact, it is out of bounds now, and so it will be a throw-in. Let's take a look at the mark again of Danny Seo. A one-hander and a juggle. Great grab. Boundary throw-in at half forward for Collingwood. A minute and a half into the third quarter. Cloak and Salmon this time. Walsh. Good tackle. Donnell, no, he's not there. It's picked up, well, Kerrison goes in solidly. Now Dacos' turn. Good mark taken by McEwen amid some attention from Spencer.
Already kicked 5 goals. Peter got a chance to kick another one from this distance.
He would be 50 metres out. You can see the line. He's got the distance. The accuracy looks good for number 6. And that's just what Essendon didn't want. 6 goals to McEwen. And that came up at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. 15-7 to 7-9.
Well, that's given the Magpies a great start. 46 points in front. We watch that again. It'll be about 48 metres out when he kicked that goal. That was a fine goal. That's goal number 6 for McEwen. As we said before, this is the best game he's played since joining the Magpies. They've had a lot of faith in the boy, and of course today it's paid dividends. Centre bounce again. 2.5 minutes gone of the third quarter. And the Magpies are 46 points in front. Fellows against Salmon. Been a good duel there. Bell even. Morwood overruns the ball. Picked up again by Harvey. The ball falls short out towards the half-forward line. Coming out to meet it is Nick Thompson. He's grabbed. Juggles the ball. Goes for a hand pass. Looking for Stephen Clark. Found him. Another hand pass from Foles over to Clark again at the 50-metre mark. Back it goes again. This time to Baker. Their best player has a running shot at goal. But he's missed it. They've certainly missed a lot of easy ones, but they've been under a lot of pressure from that Collingwood defence, who's played very well today. So the ball out of 1 point, so the difference now 45 points into the third quarter, just on 3.5 minutes. Back into play again. Out there to centre half back. Pushed out by Fellows. Thompson was grabbed a bit high, but he may have ducked the head. The ball pushed out by Mullane. A great play on the first half. Over it goes to Seo. A hand pass to Wesard. A mistake. But that's a bad kick. Gaffer with a long hand pass to Morwood. Out wide of McMullen. He's got a paddock to go for a run here. Takes full advantage. And plenty of Collingwood players backing him up as he goes down to the half-forward line. Silly play on the part of Burgess. Then he flattened Richardson behind play. And that'll bring the ball back. He's in the wrong and he's growling at the umpire. Silly play on the part of Burgess, and a good decision by the umpire.
Got him left of the screen, you saw that?
A very good decision. The ball out there at half forward, coming across now to Hawke, has played pretty well too. They haven't had many good players. Out to Merritt, he's struggling, he's in a great day. A short pass coming out to McMullen. Dacos is there. McMullen's grab, gets it back to Dacos, in a bit of trouble, spins away beautifully from Baker. That was great play. Short pass. Banks couldn't mark that one. It's knocked back to Dacos again. He's grabbed, didn't have the ball. He actually played for that run and got it all the way. Brilliant play on the part of Dacos. The Magpies in front by 45 points with Dacos having the ball with a 15-metre penalty. Brings him right up to the square. Just on the 5-minute mark as Dacos drives it up to the full forward position.
So hit Taylor. Couldn't complete the mark. Essendon player Hamilton just about got ridden into the ground. Duckworth. Mark Thompson. Walsh. Long hand pass. He's looking for Gary Foles, and Foles doesn't let him down. Foles up towards the centre wing. Madden in front of Seo. Madden's kick is a short one. Richardson out marked by Abernathy. Great effort. Abernathy breaks one tackle. Long kick, and he can boot the ball long, that fellow. Williams on the chest in front of Donnell. He played on, don't know why.
No, he didn't play.
15-metre penalty. As I said, I didn't know why. Obviously, the umpire thinks he didn't. Short pass. Out comes Taylor. Spread eagles the pack. It's left to Baker.
Well, what a game this fella's played, Pete.
Easily Essendon's best player and probably close to best on the ground. Mark taken by Hawker. Baker again. Short pass into centre field, trying to find Thompson. Not there. Thompson lost sight of it. Push in the back, going Collingwood's way. Abernathy. Long to half forward. Out comes Cloak. Walsh to Folds. Out to Hawker. The Bombers going the long way home. Could come unstuck. McMullen, not the best piece of play we've seen from him today. On to Richardson from Hawker. Richardson left half forward flank. Madden has it knocked away by Burgess. Down goes Handley, holding the man decision, says umpire Castle. There will be a free kick to Collingwood, a play on call, but
it'll come back.
It will have to come back. Scoreboard 7-10 to 15-7 in favour of Collingwood. Number 49 is Handley, one of the good batch of Collingwood rookies at the moment, and he's a real goer, this kid, originally from Mount Beauty.
McMullen coming off the ground after that bit of a wee effort that time, Pete.
I don't think Lee Matthews would put up with that.
I certainly wouldn't, and Bradbury's back on the ground.
Donnell to Richardson to Hawker. Hawker from left centre wing. In front, Fellows. That's just about a mark, is it? I'll wait on the umpire's decision for that. And he's paid it. Handley looking for assistance from the umpire, but it's not his kick.
Played a fair game today, West Fellows. He's taken quite a few marks around the ground. They've been safe ones too.
Fellows from half-back. Transfers play up towards left centre wing. Knocked away by Folds. Knocked back by Mullane. Folds again. Fires out the hand pass. Long up to Mark Thompson. Mark Thompson from right half forward flank. He's gone long into the goal square. He's got Madden down there. Kerrison over the top. Ball hit the post.
Now it's a free kick to Madden for one on the back, I'd say, Pete.
So no score, but Simon Madden the opportunity for goal number 4.
You watch this in the back from Kerrison. It may have been an accident, but still they count. And Madden's got a chance to make the difference, 39 points. Already kicked 3 goals. I think the only 4 that had that looked like kicking a goal, really. There's 7-10 to Collingwood, 15-7. Well, he should kick this one. He's only about 6 or 7 metres out from goal. The angle's a bit acute, but that wouldn't matter, I shouldn't imagine. Taking plenty of time. Let's see the kick. Around about the 50,000 here today. Hit the post. Oh, they're having a dirty day, the Bombers. So the difference, 44 points. Madden having a go with CO there. He's had the job of minding Madden. Waiting now for the ball to come back into play.
A little bit of a boxing out there, CO and Madden.
Well, they're at it all day. There's been certainly a ding-dong struggle, a fight there at the back as Burgess taps it on over there to Bradbury. Bradbury's kick is up towards Banks, punched away that time by Donnell. Hurd gets it out, good play as we see Hamilton drive it long down there towards Big Roger Merritt, but he's out of business there. He's not having a good day. This allows Abernathy to pick it up, and what a game he's played too. And hasn't this fella improved since going to the half-back line? He looks a real champ. Ball picked up by Mullane again, over to Phillips. Phillips with a short pass, not a good one. Knocked off, great play on the part of Tony Shaw. And there's a go for McKeown. He's already kicked 6 goals. A long hand pass to Cloak, and the big fella's got it. A hurried kick towards the goals up the tail of the mark. Did he get him in the back or not?
Yes,
He put it through for a goal. I thought he might have got him in the back, but he said it's okay for goal number 5. 16-7, 103. Collingwood to Essendon, 7-11-53. Oh, I don't know about that. I reckon that was nearly a free kick against Taylor.
Let's watch again. Taylor at the back. Oh, yes.
Yes, sir.
Pushed him in the back for certain.
I'd reckon he pushed Danaher fair square on the back that time, but the umpire didn't pay it, so it's a goal to the Magpies.
5 goals to Taylor, 6 to McEwen. Major contributors for Collingwood, 50 points the difference.
Just over the 10-minute mark of this third quarter, the Magpies looking good. 50 points in front. Fellows and Salmon punched on by Shaw again. Out there towards the half-forward line. Picked up by Donnell. He slung, but he got it back to Baker. And no doubt the best player for Essendon. Over to Hamilton now. The ball kicked back to centre half-forward. Coming out now is Mike Taylor. And he's Mike Thompson. He's got the ball out there at centre half-forward.
Mick Thompson looking for a pass to Madden. Fellows takes the mark in better position. Gafer. Collingwood becoming super confident now. Dacos at the 50-metre line. Short pass. Fellows or CO. CO on to Handley. And as Lou said last week, looks a lot like Ronnie Wearmouth. Knocked down by Williams. No one going past. Has to gather it in himself. Could have almost got a free kick there from interference. Morwood loses a good tackle. Duckworth. Up to Trevor Spencer. Around Gafer. Around Handley. On it goes to Essendon. Best player easily Baker, but he lost that one out. Comes out to Dacos now from Abernethy.
What a great game, Abernethy, Pete.
Bradbury on his own. Right centre wing. 20-metre hand pass to David Cloak. Back to Bradbury. Bradbury 50 metres out. Short pass. Not a mark. Bump ball, Brian Taylor. Duckworth spins out well. Not a long kick, though, by Billy. In fact, he's kicked it straight to Tony Shaw at half full.
Oh, they look rattled to me, Essendon, Pete.
Very rattled. Tony Shaw. High. Taylor. Great mark. Oh, that is a strong grab. Very strong mark for Brian Taylor.
Just goes to show, Pete, when you've got someone to kick the ball. Well, look at that. That's a strong mark. That's his 10th mark for the match.
So Brian Taylor, who already has 5 goals to his credit.
That makes the entire side play with a lot of confidence, Pete, when you know you get it up to your forward line. You've got someone there to grab the ball for you all the time.
Glue on his hands. Taylor has been totally accurate today. He's missed a couple of easy ones. Might have missed that one as well. He has. 12 3/4 minutes into the third quarter. Scoreboard shows Essendon in a lot of trouble now. 16-8 to 7-11. 51 points the difference. Merritt fumbles. Hasn't had a great day. He's got a few teammates we could put in the same category. Hamilton onto Folds. Folds from right half-back flank. It's Essendon out of danger. Momentarily at least. 2 Collingwood players are there. They both missed it. Opportunity for Spencer over the top to Ezard. He's got plenty of pace, this little fellow. Kerrison in pursuit. Ezard, a pass, trying to find Madden. Too long for him. CO right there with him. Soccer tactics from Danaher, who's been watching the World Cup, but has left to Kerrison. Another one of the Collingwood rookies to get it back to Phillips, right on the boundary line, and he clears.
And Phillips gone for a pass, a good one, and marked there by Morwood at half-back. The Bomber forward line falling apart. A short pass, it'll be okay, and a good mark to Mullane, also a good player. But Abernethy too. They've had a lot of good players today. Collingwood, that's a perfect pass to Morwood on his own on the wing position. A quick hand pass to Shaw. Shaw goes for a pass, it'll be okay. It's grabbed by Williams right on the 50-metre mark. Oh, it could be a 15-metre penalty. Short pass. Taylor up there, punched away by Danaher. Taken off the pack by Walsh. A bit slow, but he gets it out to Baker. Baker with a long hand pass. Thank heavens they got Baker down there to Thompson. That's Mark Thompson, the big salmon out there on the wing position. Decides to go for a run. Dacos is right after him. Over it goes to Hawker. Hawker at centre half forward to the 50-metre mark. A pass and a good one, and marked by Terry Danaher, their captain, about 30 metres out from goal, directly in front. And boy, do they need a goal. 104 plays, 53, a difference of 51 points in favour of the Magpies. Into this quarter by 14.5 minutes. Waiting on Terry Danaher. The kick, that'll be all right. It'll be a goal. Now that may lift them a little bit. It's Collingwood 16-8, 104 to Essendon, 8 goals, 11, 59.
Essendon's first goal of the third quarter coming up at the 14.5-minute mark to their skipper Terry Danaher, directly in front. Made no mistake about it, and as Lou mentioned, it couldn't have come at a more needed time. Danaher's first goal. Madden, their leading goal kicker, he has 3.
Back in the centre again, just over the 15-minute mark. 59 plays, 104. A difference of 45 points in favour of the Magpies. Grabbed by Abernethy, tried to juggle that up, but the ball picked up by Shaw. He was slung. Going through as Bradbury gets it out now to Morwood. Balks nicely, kicks it wide, looking for Cloak in front of Walsh. Tapped down by Walsh, going after his Donnell. Back it goes to Walsh again out there at half-back. Picks it up okay for a big fellow. Gets around Banks. He's going for a run. He's pretty confident with this one. Goes for a pass. It may be okay, it is. And we see Mark Thompson try to run on. The umpire call penalty as it comes out now to Baker again. And what a game he's played. Back it goes over their half-forward line. Punched away that time by Burgess, and the ball is out of bounds about 60 metres around from the Essendon goal. Collingwood 16-8, 104 to Essendon, 8 goals, 11, 59 as we approach the 16-minute mark of the third quarter. Knocked out by Fellows, over to Dacos. Collingwood get the ball back to the wing position. Going through is Morwood. Chases the ball up well. He's grabbed it. Gets a hand pass to Shaw in plenty of trouble. Another hand pass back to Williams. Williams' kick is a bit long for Morwood. He should get this. He goes with Welsh. Welsh just about goes down, but backing up well as Donnell. Over to Foles. Another good play for Essendon. But a bad hand pass. Abernathy kicks the ball, looking for McHugh. Has already kicked 6 goals. Couldn't hold that mark. He's held off by Hamilton. This allows Ezard to pick it up at centre-half back. Shoot the ball back to the half-forward line. Coming out to meet it now is Stephen Clark. Gets around 2 players, balks again around Hanley. A short pass looking for Richardson. It's too long, and the Collingwood crowd give him that. They're really going after him. He goes after the ball again. He's grabbed, he's thrown to the ground. Over it goes to Madden. He can't get clear. Umpire said it's hold the man. A Madden will be free kick against Kerrison, paying too much attention to the man. And a good decision by the umpire.
3 goals to Madden so far. Hit the post on his previous attempt. In fact, almost in the identical position.
As Collingwood supporters certainly gave Richardson something to go on with when he went near the ball. Every time he goes near it, they give him help, Pete, don't they?
He hasn't been near it too often, though.
Certainly hasn't. He's been off the ground quite a bit too, just the same. Waiting on Madden to kick goal number 5. I think he's kicked 4, hasn't he?
I got him down to 3.
We're going for goal number 4. Hit the post the last one. Oh, he's missed that again. Oh, that's 2 in a row he's missed. He hit the post the last one, so that's still giving Collingwood a great lead here of 44 points. 8 goals, 12-60. Essendon to Collingwood, 16-8, 104 as we approach the 18-minute mark of this 3rd quarter.
Well, Simon Madden wouldn't miss those in a nightmare. The putter and missing from point-blank range. Now it's Hurd. Hurd's kick dropping short. Plenty of red and black Guernseys down there, but it's left for Gary Fold to finally pick the ball up, get it back towards the forward pocket off the hands of Madden. Here's a chance for Ezard, but it's rushed through for 1 point when Essendon badly need goals. Scoreboard showing Collingwood 16-8, Essendon 8-13. 61 plays 104, a difference of 42 points. It was 40 points at half-time, 18.5 minutes into the term. Knocked down by Mullane. Umpire says a free kick going Essendon's way. It'll be taken by Baker, who was knocked up getting kicks and hand passes today. Baker goes for a short pass, and mark taken by Danaher directly in front of goal and only about 25 metres out. So he's already kicked 1 goal this quarter.
Collingwood defence relaxing a little bit.
Yes.
Letting players run loosely. That hasn't been their game up to this stage of the match. They've played very tight football and ferocious football. Their tackling has been marvellous, Pete, but it's gone off a bit now.
If Essendon can get to within 4 by 3/4 time, they'll be in with a chance. That's a goal. Danaher's second. Both of them kicked in this quarter. 19.5 minutes in. 16-8 to 9-13. And Essendon coming back a little bit at Collingwood.
37 points the difference now. I think you're right, Pete. If they can get within 24 points coming home in the last quarter, they'll have a good show against the Magpies.
They certainly will. McEwen, the leading goal kicker on the ground, 6. Taylor has 5, and now Danaher 2 and Madden 3, the leading goal kickers for Essendon. That was Terry Danaher's second goal, approaching the 20-minute mark, 3rd term. Knocked down by Salmon onto Tony Shaw, socket away by Abernathy to Mullane. Mullane on right centre wing. Hurd in pursuit. Short pass. Looking down there for Kerrison. Can he gather it in front of Donnell? He can. Breaks the tackle well. Dacos at half forward. Back to Kerrison. Over the top. Not the best piece of handball. Taylor has a chance to have a snapshot, but is off target again. 1 point. A point to the Magpies. 16-9 now. 105 to 9-13. 67. Taylor directing his players to pick up a few men down there. Ezard around the member stand flank. Folds at half back. Folds a short pass in towards centre field. Opportunity for Fellows. Salmon, they beat him to it. Salmon caught Stephen Clark over the head of Burgess. Tackles Hamilton well. Now Burgess picks it up after Phillips' attempt was unsuccessful. Back towards centre field, marked at Dacos. 15-metre penalty will it be? No. Dacos decides to play on anyway, not wasting time. Dacos to left half forward, trying to find Morwood. Doesn't let him down. Amid attention from Gary Folds. Morwood about 55 metres out. Good mark to Banks. Banks fairly quiet today.
Yes, Pete. Done a couple of useful things. Beautiful pass by Morwood. Spotted him all the way, right in front, so the Essendon player had no hope in the world of spoiling that one.
long way out from goal. Dennis Banks, he would be on that line, which is 50 metres from goal. Drifting off slightly. Clark goes for a knock on. It's through for a point. 21.5 minutes into the term. The scoreboard 16-10 to 9-13.
39 points the difference. There's a good pass by Merritt out there to Walker on that half-back line on the 50-metre mark. 15-metre penalty. Walker, he's been a pretty fair player too. They haven't had that many, but he was one of their good players. Punched away, well, not a good punch by Phillips. The ball knocked out again towards Phillips, tapped on by Hurd, picked up again by Bradbury. Not a good kick. Coming into meet, a beautiful play by Clark. He's in trouble. He's gone as the ball is smothered. Picked up now by Bradbury, the ex-Essendon player. Out wide, going towards the boundary line. Hamilton comes out to meet it. Cloak's there with him, but it beats them both. And it's out of bounds down towards Collingwood's half-forward line, about 80 metres around from their goal. They're 106 points to Essendon 67 as we approach the 22.5-minute mark. Knocked out by Salmon. Hawker gets the ball back to Hamilton. Lucks of fortune there, went straight to the hands of Baker. Down goes Hurd. His kick is smothered that time. Punched away by Morwood. Picked up by Banks. Turns nicely. Balks. He's in trouble now. He's got to get clear. He's going to lose it. Copped a pretty heavy bump. Collingwood lucky to get out of that through Shaw over to Phillips. Out wide, but it's not a good kick. A chance here now for Folds to take the mark. Another good player for Essendon today too. Now this is Folds with the ball on the centre wing position.
Had a great game last week too against the Swans.
Well, he's played a solid game today, Pete. Not that they've had many good players. Back to the half-forward line. Phillips goes the knockout, comes towards Bradbury on the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. Now it's on Essendon's half-forward line, about 75 metres around from their goal.
Interesting clash that. There they are, those that have swapped clubs this year. Bradbury, formerly of Essendon, Richardson, formerly of Collingwood.
And Richardson, not the most popular guy in the world with the Collingwood supporters. Danaher to Hurd, a hurried kick back there towards Madden. Ball punched away by Abernethy, playing a slashing game down there in defence. Seo goes after. He's got to pick it up. He stumbles. There's a go now as the ball is knocked back. It'll be a free kick to Weston from the back. It'll go to Harvey, and he's well within kicking distance. Free kick starting to fall the Bombers' way a little bit, but the Collingwood defence has become a little bit lax and a little bit tired, I would say. And they're making foolish mistakes. They've only got to give the Bombers a chance in this, coming to this last quarter, say 24 points down. They'll be in here with a big show. The kick by Harvey. That's good. It's a goal. So the Bombers gradually creeping up on the Magpies. 10-13, 73 to Collingwood, 16-10, 106. And we're just over the 24-minute mark of this third quarter.
So only 33 points the difference now. As I said, if Essendon can be within 4 goals or so at three-quarter time, then they'll have a real chance in the final term. That was the free kick. I don't think much doubt about it. Not the number of frees you get, of course, but where you get them. Now only 33 points in it in favour of Collingwood. They've still got to be kicked. We approach the time-on period. Salmon loses that one out to Fellows. Shaw tries to find Dacos, which he does. Dacos tackled too high, and when he didn't have the ball, Baker gets ridden into the ground, and he gets the free kick.
I thought Dacos could have got one just before him, Pete, just the same.
As I mentioned, yes, Lou. Strange they played one and not the other. Richardson hasn't done much today. Pass on to Thompson. Mark Thompson's kick up towards full forward. Fellows takes the mark, gets it out to Seo. In pursuit is Clark. Salmon takes the mark. Umpire paying the free kick, actually. I thought he marked it anyway. Salmon from half forward.
15-metre penalty, isn't it? No, it's not.
No, he didn't take advantage of anything like that. Here's a goal coming up if Clark can get clear. Great tackle from Wes Fellows. Picked up by Madden, but he's pinged him. Not many holding the ball decisions given today. And Clark penalised. Wes Fellows got him in a vice-like grip. Approaching the 26-minute mark now of the third quarter.
There's no doubt that Essendon are playing a lot better now, Pete.
Yes, can they keep it going in the final term? Salmon has the sit. Had his name on that one. Not a good piece of play. Just about threw that one out to Shane Hurd. Picked up by Abernathy. Bounds the ball up towards the centre wing position. There he is, just about the man of the match. Baker, but knocked over by McEwen, who's been a great player for Collingwood. Now, he's paid a free kick there, Lou. I thought that was a hip and shoulder.
So did I, too, Pete. Well, if they start giving free kicks for hard bumps, they're making it a girls' game, really. That was a fair dinkum bump.
It looked like a hip and shoulder to me. Baker from left centre wing. Short pass, trying to find Spencer. At the back is Burgess. Fumbles, but finally gets clear.
Now his kick is back there towards Walsh, playing in front of McEwen. That time takes the mark. Of course, McEwen's already kicked. How many goals, Pete?
6.
6 goals. Walsh quickly plays on over to Hurd this time on the edge of the square. Runs to centre field, goes for a pass. It's a good one. Marked here by Mark Thompson. The Bombers looking a lot better now. There's a pass. Punched away by Gafer. Charge for Spencer. Straightens up, fires at the goals. It's going close, but Madden's got it. Oh, Seo stopped there and watched him go for that mark. Didn't make an attempt at all. They're looking pretty tired, that Collingwood defence. Someone wants to rev them up a bit. There's the mark. Seo coming on the scene very late. He's right on the boundary line. A difficult shot. He's missed a couple of easy ones. He'll probably kick this one as he runs around.
Dunno.
A goal.
Got it.
He got that one. 11 goals, 13-79. The Bombers coming back with a rush now. 16-10, 106 Collingwood.
Well, I didn't think that was a goal.
Well, the umpire didn't hesitate, Pete.
Let's take a look at it, Luke.
Now, you watch Seo a mile behind Madden. Didn't make the attempt, but it would have been pretty hard to knock it out of his hand.
Now, let's watch this. I thought he missed that.
Well, he might have.
I'll stand by that. I think he missed it.
Well, the umpire didn't think so, and it's a goal. 79 plays, 106. What's the difference now? 27 points. And we're at the 28-minute mark of this third quarter. And the Bombers back here with a chance now because we've got a full quarter to go. Are the Magpies tiring? Knocked out by Salmon. Over it goes to Phillips. Collingwood badly needing a goal as the ball comes back to Banks. They all missed that. Backing up well as Roger Merritt playing down there at full back now. Picks it up, goes wide for the boundary line. He finds Mark Thompson out there on his own. Decides to go for a run. A hand pass. Coming over now to Ezard. Ezard got rid of that one pretty quickly. Back to Spencer. Back to Ezard. Ezard with a long one to Mark Thompson. This looks dangerous. He goes for a pass. Looking for Danaher. He's got no. A free kick. Is it? No. Play on, the umpire said. Seo's grabbed Richardson. Spins out of the pack. He goes down. They collar him as the ball is picked up by Madden. A bad hand pass. Shrugging Madden off was Dacos. He kicks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Duckworth overruns the ball. It's picked up now again. Short pass by Spencer to Beauty and marked by Hawker. And he's only about 45 metres out from goal, directly in front.
Collingwood in disarray at the moment.
Well, their defence has fallen apart. They've lost concentration completely now. And, of course, the Bombers really bouncing back and the Essendon supporters coming alive. Hawker kicks this. It'll make the difference. 21 points. There she is. It won't make the distance. Fellows couldn't hold it. Seo backs up. There's nearly a push in the back. The umpire said no as the ball goes over the line. Although Stephen Clark got one, then it was pretty close. They played easier ones than that today. Ball out of bounds right against the Bombers' point post. They're trailing by 27 points. Knocked out by Phillips. Puts it to and plays it safe, so there'll be a good kick-off to get the ball away from the danger zone. 80 plays, 106, so Collingwood still leading by 26 points. Just on the 30-minute mark of this third quarter. A vital one for Essendon. And the Magpies looking pretty sick down there in defence.
Great comeback by Essendon in this quarter. Well, we expected them to do that. Hawker and Morwood. Harvey folds. Here's a goal coming up. Folds. A long kick up towards full forward. Madden at the back. Goal! That's a goal. No doubt about that one. Gary Folds putting through his first goal of the afternoon, and only 20 points the difference. Collingwood in trouble. 12-14, 16-10.
The Magpies at the moment, Peter, dying in their tracks as the ball is put out there to the half-back line. Good play by Folds. He's played a great game.
5 goals to 2 they've kicked this quarter. And Madden thought about going for that and then took his arm away, and it went through for full points. Collingwood haven't goaled since the 10-minute mark of the term. Only 20 points the difference. We approach the 31-minute mark of the quarter. Dacos up to half forward. Where are the Collingwood forwards? Not there at the moment. Duckworth out towards half back. Plenty of Essendon Guernseys. It's left for Glenn Hawker. Onto Gary Folds. Out to Hamilton. Tackle from Mullane. Back to Hawker.
Free kick to Hamilton, Pete.
So things falling into place quite nicely. Thank you for Essendon. Hawker runs into a brick wall in Mark Williams. Could have been penalised. Duckworth. Out to Richardson. Cops one. There's the siren for three-quarter time, I think. Yes, it is. Collingwood will have to regroup, otherwise it'll be Essendon's ball game. The Bombers 12-14, 86. Collingwood's will lead though 16-10, 106. John Russo starting proceedings in the final term, only 20 points the difference now in favour of Collingwood. Cloak in the ruck, gets it away from Salmon onto Dacos. Danaher in there for Essendon. A scramble, sees it come out to Abernathy from Morwood. Abernathy, long kick up to full forward. Duckworth certainly looked at his play. Baker, best on the ground in my book. Baker up towards centre wing. Turner. Kerrison. Caught. Burgess. Nearly caught. Long handball into the open spaces. And Baker again in the thick of things. Easily Essendon's best player.
Looking a bit tired, Collingwood, Pete, at the moment.
They certainly were in the latter stages of the third quarter when Essendon really did peg them back to give themselves a chance in this final quarter. Over the top, Salmon down to Hawker. No, it doesn't bounce kindly for him, and the ball just tapped over the line by Tony Shaw. And once again, we will see a boundary throw-in.
Collingwood's defence was fantastic for the first half of the game, but after that, in that third quarter, particularly the latter stage, Pete, they got very lax.
Salmon. Harvey. Hurd onto Hamilton. Hamilton left centre wing, short pass to Richardson. Back to Ezard. Oh, the Bombers going home now. Clark, oh, got one in the back, over to Ezard. No free kick. Back to Clark again, tackled by Handley. Flings the ball out pretty quickly to Gary Folds. Folds' kick up towards the right forward pocket. Out comes Madden. Plenty of Collingwood players are there. CO onto Phillips. Phillips a short pass, mark taken by Mullane. Gets ridden into the ground by Spencer. Should or could get a 15-metre penalty. He does. Darren Mullane started off brilliantly. He's one of Collingwood's best players in the first half. Didn't see too much of him in the third quarter. Mullane's kick to the centre wing.
20 points the difference. The Bombers back with a chance now. Short kick. Juggled there by Clark. He's paying the mark. Got one in the face to go on with. Could have been a 15-metre penalty easily. Richardson making a lead there, but ignored. Up it goes now. As a mark, it'll be Hawker. He's been a fine player today too with Baker. He and Fowles, the three of them, Pete. They've kept them together all day. Now, Collingwood's defence was very tight in the first half of the game, but they've really become, I don't know whether they're tired or what's happened, but they seem to have lost concentration, and they've let Bombers run all over the place. In that latter stage of the third quarter, the kick on its way, it's coming around. So the difference only 14 points. And the Bombers looking good again.
Well, Glenn Hawker, when he took that mark, just stood still. He didn't lead. He was in perfect position to take it and made no mistake with the kick to put it through for his first goal. But as Lou mentioned, has been a good player right throughout the afternoon. And that makes the difference now only 14 points. Anybody's match. And who would have thought that Essendon could come back from an 8-goal deficit during the third term or in the early stages of it.
14 points the difference, and the Bombers coming home with a rush. They've got their second wind, and they're looking good. Collingwood looking tired. Cloak in the ruck. Against Salmon, who's done a great job there too. Cloak picks it up. A hurried kick back to Collingwood's half-forward line. There's a battle punched out by Duckworth. Good play. Bauer, false fumble. That one the first mistake he's made all day, but backing up well as Walsh. Goes wide, and there he is again. Hawker breaking clear, playing a great game as he sends it down there towards Terry Danaher. The ball punched out, coming into Meter's turn. He's got to pick it up. He can't do so. He tries to find Handley, but he can't pick it up. He's got it now. He's down by Clark. The umpire said no push in the back, and it'll be a ball up on the edge of the square towards the centre wing position. Well, they're doing all the tackling now, the Bombers, and looking more ferocious than the Magpies, and that was the Collingwood attitude in the first half of the game. At one stage, they led by 52 points just before half-time. Knocked out by Salmon. Hawker again's kicked it and travelled far. Knocked out by Cloak again. Back it comes to Harvey. Goes down. Richardson comes in. He's grabbed up Richardson. It's Clark. Back it comes to Phillips. Strong play, but he goes down. Burgess on the boundary line. Fumbles. He's done that a couple of times today, but he's lost it again now. He's got it. Shoots it across to the centre of the ground. And a great mark to foul. Well, they're the three players we mentioned. They've played great games. Fowles his kickers out wide to Richardson. The back is Bradbury. A big punch, but he's knocked it right on the hands of Walsh. Walsh with a pass. It's okay, and Terry Danaher's got it. And he'd only be, he's right on the 50-metre mark. Well, if he kicks this one, it makes the difference 8 points. There's the pass. He'll have to move for that one. Now, this has got to be a captain's goal because it'll lift the team if he can put this one through. Short pass. It's okay, and there's the man, Richardson. And the Collingwood supporters haven't stopped hooting him all day, but he's got a chance to make the difference, only 8 points. And he certainly won't be a hero with the Magpies, but they'll cheer him at Essendon, Pete.
Hasn't had too many kicks today, Richardson.
This could be a vital one.
30 metres out. Goal umpire says 1 point. Must have been very close. Collingwood fans breathe again. Abernathy, who's kicked out most of the afternoon. Certainly one of the best kicks in the side. So that ploy is certainly understandable. Abernathy to centre wing, or half back line. Over the top, Williams couldn't complete the grab. It's left to Tony Shaw, although grabbed high. Turner at centre wing, tackled by Thompson. Bradbury doesn't fumble. Gets around Shane Hurd. Long hand pass up to Morwood, left half forward flank. A chance for a Collingwood score here. Mullane, 50 metres out from goal. He's put it high, won't get the distance. At the back is McEwen.
A little bit of a push there on the back to Walsh too.
Yes.
The umpire didn't see it. Wasn't big enough to see.
He's kicked 6 goals, McEwen. Here it is again. Watch for the push that Lou mentioned. Just a little nudge. Now a vital goal if he can kick it. And Collingwood haven't scored a goal since early in the third quarter.
The 10-minute mark of the third quarter, Pete.
Looks good from here. It's a goal. So 7 goals to McEwen, giving Collingwood just a little bit of breathing space. 17-10, 112 to 13-15, 93.
Well, that rush that Essendon made in the third quarter has taken too much out of them because that goal should lift Collingwood. If they got any go about them at all, Pete.
It should lift them. Mullane's kick long. Walsh and McEwen. And McEwen played a very good game today, especially in that first half. It's been a top match here this afternoon. 17-10 plays 13-15 now in Sevens Big League. That was McEwen's 7th goal. Taylor has 5 for Collingwood and Cloak 2. The Magpies major contributors. 7.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. Cloak tries to get the ball out. Not successful. Picked up by Baker. Long hand ball. Clark looking for a free kick against Phillips, and he should get one. It's going the other way.
All against him, Pete.
I thought he punched that ahead of him.
Oh, golly, I don't know about that free kick.
Phillips.
Well, we're bringing it back. 15-metre penalty, Pete.
Been wrong. Here it is again. Now he dropped that. So that technically was a correct decision because you're deemed to be in possession when you bounce it.
Pretty technical, just the same, Pete. I'd reckon. There was no latitude at all given by the umpire then.
Phillips anyway with the free kick. McMullen back on. Oh, he's had a dirty day, McMullen, in the last quarter and a bit. Kicked into the man there, picked up by Baker again. Baker to half forward, the mark taken by Danaher inside the line. Bomber skipper high to the 50-metre mark. Madden at the back, can't complete the mark. Gets the hand pass, tries to find Glenn Hawker, doesn't bounce too kindly for him. Opportunity for McMullen again. Oh, bad hand pass, straight to Richardson. Bradbury diving on top of it, so too is CO, and it's going to be a bounce.
Certainly not McMullen's day today. He was taken off the ground in the third quarter. And now he's made a couple of mistakes, vital mistakes, particularly down there on that forward line for Essendon. 93 plays, 112 in favour of Collingwood. It comes out to Hawker again, a snap at goal, but he's off target. Oh, it's going to bounce back. It bounced back the other way. Collingwood supporters heaving a sigh of relief. Looked as though it could have gone back for the second time, Pete, didn't it?
Didn't miss both.
Oh, Kelly. It's been a very entertaining game just the same, hasn't it?
Been a good game. Official attendance this afternoon, nearly 50,000, 49,022.
We also had a fantastic Donnybrook here at just before the second quarter. Out it goes to Phillips now there on that half back line. A hand pass over to Handley. Hanley's kick is a hurried one back towards the centre wing position. Flying high is Danaher. Couldn't juggle that one. He's had a quiet day today too, Danaher. Kick is a bad one. Turn on. Couldn't sight it. Knocked away by Mark Thompson. Picked up by Merritt. Not a very good carry either. Danaher again in plenty of trouble. He's clear now. Goes for a pass. Up it goes. Knocked out again by Phillips. Grabbed by McMullen. Lost it again. Still, it's Hawker coming out of the pack. Hawker's kick is a high one up there to Madden. Seo's there too. They both get out of position. That Seo's got that one. A push in the back, he said. Oh, God, there's been some bewildering decisions here today. There's been some shockers. Let's have a look at that. Oh, I don't reckon that. Oh, golly. I don't know what umpire gave that free kick. I'll just try and pick him up. That was a shocking decision then. But still, Essendon have got it. And he could kick a goal. Running on Simon Madden from about 30 metres out on an angle. There's the kick. He's hooked it right across the face of goals. At the back is the pack flying. Picked up by Cloak. Now running in the ruck. Fumble out there by Gayfer and the ball is out of bounds. About 20 metres around from the Essendon goal. Essendon 13-16-94 to Collingwood, just stanking in there 17-10, 112, just on the 11-minute mark. Down goes Turner. He's grabbed. He can't get clear. It'll be on the neck to him. He could have been lucky to get that one. So Turner takes the free kick to relieve the pressure a little bit because it's on the Magpie defence. No, it's not Turner. It's Dacos. Hasn't played a bad game today too, Pete.
Got up limping then.
Gone across goals. Oh, golly, it's okay. It's marked here by Bradbury. Bradbury's kick is to the centre of the ground. Chance for Turner. Grabbed it. And he's got the ball at centre half back. A quick play to Hanley now. He's cleared. And the little fella kicks long, but there's a chance for Walsh to mark. They all miss that. Walsh goes after it again. Tries to get a hand pass out. Down they go. Tripped that time. Held by the foot was Merritt to take the free kick at centre half back.
Roger Merritt. Been a fairly quiet player today. Looks for Richardson.
Free kick.
And Malone ran straight through him. Not too scientific. 15-metre penalty. Clark. Clark about 60 metres from the goal area. After a quiet start, has played well, especially after half-time. Long kick into the pocket. It's left to Dacos again. Chips it short. Phillips. Up from the back pocket. Plenty of run there. Onto Banks. Collingwood's quieter players. Gets caught. Handley. Banks spins out of trouble, but only just. Collingwood going the short game. Could lose it here. Picked up by Turner. Turner's kick around the boundary line and, in fact, is over it. Free kick to Essendon.
I think both sides are pretty tired, Pete, just the same.
Yes, a lot of tired boys out there at the moment. Walsh's kick up towards the wing. Mark taken by Hamilton. Hand pass effective to Merritt. Merritt's kick high towards the other side. Underneath it, Clark again in front of Handley. Morwood, beautifully done and well shepherded around Hamilton. Long hand pass. Williams, 55 metres from goal. The Collingwood skipper goes goal. There's no one down there. And the bounce will favour Kevin Walsh. Around McEwen, good tackle. Almost holding the ball. Almost holding the ball.
Never played it, Pete.
That certainly wasn't. Richardson. You've given him plenty today. He copped another one. Ball up to centre wing. Fellows. Long hand pass to Phillips on centre wing. Phillips a short pass to the edge of the square. That's effective. Linnell making sure that McMullen didn't run clear. Now can he do something this time? That's a better pass, but almost a hospital one.
Now Abernathy's about 50 metres out. He could just about kick this, Pete, because he's a beautiful kick.
He is a good kick for goal. He would get the distance, I'd suggest. The accuracy might be something else. Approaching the 14-minute mark. Big chance for Collingwood to increase their lead. He won't get the distance with it. Salmon in the square. Almost Taylor's grab. Thompson almost pinged for holding the ball. Long hand pass and it comes out to Gary Folds. Bouncing this way, that way. Folds on the boundary line, gets clear.
And he's clear of Williams. Let's go with that half back line. Out it goes there to Danaher. Punched away. Oh, Burgess couldn't grab that. A great mark to Danaher. Mistimed it completely, Burgess. Danaher with the ball. 94 plays 112. 15-metre penalty to the Bomber skipper. Goes for a short pass out to Richardson. He's on his own. Got away from Bradbury. Coming into the game in this last quarter. Short one. Mark dropped by Hawker, but a difficult one. Picked up by Morwood. Back it goes. No one there for Collingwood. Baker again. The best player on the ground. A short pass. And Hawker's got it again. And Hawker's right on his tail for the best player too. He's played a great game, this fellow. Because Collingwood's had plenty of good ones too. No one can take the mark. Seo comes out after. He's got to pick this up. He goes down. He's grabbed. He taps the ball on. That's good players. Turner comes in to meet it. Another hand pass. Back one to Abernethy. Back it goes to Garrison. Gets a hurried kick. Short pass and Mullane's got it out there on the wing. Gets around his opponent. Walsh kicks the ball long. Chance for Taylor. Knocked away from Merritt. Merritt backs up well. Playing down there in defence. He's gone for a run. A hand pass. A long one, but there's plenty of Bombers there. It's Hurd breaking clear at centre field. Out wide it goes. Up to centre half forward. The pack flying. Knocked out again. Dacos. Dacos is clear. Collingwood starting to look a little bit better as Dacos takes the ball. Out there on that wing position. Looking for a lead. Not a good kick to Williams. A shocker. Punched away by Foles. Bradbury shows a lot of dash. Streaming away from his old teammates out there at half forward as he kicks the ball down to Taylor and Roger Merritt. They're both scuffling for the ball. It's Taylor first to his feet, spins out of the pack, back to Banks. Banks has grabbed around the shoulder. The umpire didn't see it. Oh, it's a free kick there. I think it'd go to the Essendon player, but he's forgot the ball. Long up there by Bradbury and the ball marked there in defence by Walsh. They're letting it through. A few free kicks go, Pete.
Well, I don't mind umpires doing that, but you've got to pay the obvious ones, I think, Lou. Walsh, short pass, that could be dangerous. Thompson, Donnell, breaks the tackle once. He's in trouble here. McEwen for goal number 8. I think he's got it. It's a goal.
That was a gutsy effort. A beautiful tackle by McEwen, then went after it again.
8 goals to Ron McEwen. Bad play by the Essendon defence. And the scoreboard on Seven's Big League shows that Collingwood now take their score to 18-10. 118, Essendon 13-16, 94.
Great tackle by McEwen. He just got his boot. Well, that's all you got to do. He put Donnell off balance to get the ball and kick a goal to give them a 24-point lead.
That could be the sealer, but still, don't write Essendon off. They fought back well in the third term when they scored 5-5 to 2-3. 17 minutes gone, 118 to 94. Who's going to get it out of the centre? It's Collingwood through Morwood. Morwood left half forward flank. Short pass. He'll be looking for Taylor on his own.
Beautiful pass, Pete.
So just a couple of lapses in the last 2 minutes might cost Essendon the game. Taylor being brought right around and doesn't like it. Here's the pass.
Well, that burst they had in the third quarter might have taken a bit out of them too, Pete, because they had to put up a valley lift to get so close to Collingwood. And I think they're running out of steam. They may be, but still it's not over yet.
Taylor, as you can see, inside the 50-metre line, but put right on the boundary by the umpire. A very difficult shot. He's kicked 5 goals so far. Billy Duckworth limping off the ground. He was replaced a couple of moments ago by Nobby Clark. Taylor's kick-off target out of bounds or a point. It's the latter, one behind. The Collingwood kicked at the 18-minute mark of the quarter. Scoreboard shows Collingwood now 18-11, Essendon 13-16. Frank Donnell brings the ball back.
Short pass, 25 points the difference. Kicked by Nobby Clark out there towards that half-forward line. The pack fly. Thompson couldn't hold that mark. They all missed it. Beautifully picked up by Mullane right on the 50-metre mark. A running shot at goal. Chance for Taylor. Walsh at the back. McEwen's there too. Taylor couldn't grab it. He's grabbed, appealing for a free kick, but he was staging, and the ball is out of bounds. There was no free kick there at all. He was certainly staging for that one, Taylor. Plenty of pressure on down there on the Essendon defence. Collingwood in front by 25 points. Knocked out by Madden. Foles' kick goes straight to Dacos. He straightens up, fires. But he's up target and through for another point. So it's 26 points the difference. 18-12, 120 Collingwood to Essendon 13-16, 94 as we approach the 19-minute mark of this last quarter. A torrid game out here at VFL Pack. Oh, Abernethy! No doubt Collingwood's best player. He's played a marvellous game. And there's no doubt about it. Since the Magpies moved him into defence, he's been a great player. Look at that from Arch. Now he's about 55 metres out from goal. The distance could be a bit too far for him, but he is a good kick. There it is. He'd be pretty tired. Dacos in front. He's got it. And one-hander. How about that? He didn't pay that. Well, I don't think he hung with long enough, Peter. I might have been a bit too excited there. But it is an exciting game.
Let's take a look at it again, Lou, and see if you're right or wrong.
Well, I reckon it was pretty close to a mark, wasn't it?
Yes, pretty close to a mark.
But not close enough. Here we go again. Madden taps the ball down after clashing there with Taylor. They stack up here. It'll be a ball up about 25, 30 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Just on the 20-minute mark. Time running out for the Bombers. 18 goals, 12, 120 to Collingwood, 13, 16, 94.
A bounce about 30 metres from the Essendon goal, the Collingwood goal. Knocked down by Taylor, trying to find Dacos. No one making any headway, and so we'll repeat the procedure. Taylor and Madden. Madden's hand pass to Clark was a good one, but he fumbled. Good tackle by Dacos. Walsh, Harvey, left half back. One pick by the Essendon flanker. Two number 3s do battle. Salmon and Phillips. Turner from right half back flank. Up towards Kerrison. Couldn't take it. Picked up by McMullen. Gets it back to Kerrison. Kerrison from half forward goes long. Walsh at the back. Clark. Not with Clark, but Donnell sees the ball over the boundary line. Right at the 50-metre line. It will be a throw-in.
Well, this is suiting Collingwood, Pete. A play bottled up in their attacking zone.
Yes. Over the top was Williams. Knocked down to Donnell. Is out in front of Kerrison. Hamilton on the bottom. Free kick Essendon's way. And the two Carrot Tops decide to slug it out. That's Ezard and Kerrison. Free kick is unchanged, though. It will go to Hamilton. Hamilton at the left half-back flank. Decides to play on. Get the ball moving quickly. Oh, Madden missed the mark. Fellows doesn't. Oh, beautiful balk by the big fellow to get around Mark Thompson. Fellows up to full forward, but the mark is taken quite safely by Donnell, who was carried off the ground in the second quarter and came back in the same turn. Donnell from Folds to Merritt. Past Baker, Essendon's best player and probably best on the ground. Up to centre field. Madden went up one-handed. Knocked back by Bradbury. McMullen trips over a sort of dirt out there. Whoops. Ball from Hanley downfield. Mark taken by Williams. Collingwood skipper a long way from goal. Decides to go for a short pass. Knock on by Banks. Loose ball inside the 50-metre line. Picked up by Nobby Clark. Long hand pass by the Essendon defender. Back to Roger Merritt. And Essendon get out of danger momentarily.
Into the quarter by 22.5 minutes. The ball tapped away from Danaher. Going after it now is Burgess. Can't pick it up. He's still smothering the ball. And this will be a ball up for sure on Collingwood's half-forward line, about 75 metres out from their goal. 18-12, 120 Collingwood to Essendon, 13-16, 94. And I think time's running out for the Bombers now, Pete. They look pretty tired.
Well, they trailed by 20 points at three-quarter time, and Collingwood have increased that in this last quarter.
Fumble again. Kicked out wide. A chance now for Hawker. Taken away from him by Williams. He gets a hurried kick out wide towards that half-forward line. Dacos. Balked beautifully around Foles. Short pass. It's okay, and Burgess has got it. A long hand pass to Moore. In trouble. He gives one to McMullen. Not having a great day today. McMullen goes after it again. He's down. They pounce on top of him. Finally, it comes back to Ezard out there on the boundary line, about 60 metres out from goal. So Collingwood still keeping it in that attacking zone as we'll just get over the 23-minute mark. Ball tapped out again. Back it comes to Williams. He spins out of the pack. He goes down. Taps the ball out now to Banks. In trouble. He's got 3 to contend with there, and that's holding the ball against him. He ran into a brick wall of them. Then there was about 5 of them. He had no hope of getting out. This is Mark Thompson. Kicks it out wide towards the centre of the ground. A pack fly. Fellows is there. Juggles that one. A great mark. And Wes Fellows has played a pretty solid game today. Had some great battles there with Sam in the ruck, and a good pass, and the ball marked here by Burgess. Right at the centre half-forward position, about 60 metres out from goal. Difference 26 points in favour of Collingwood. Kicked by Burgess, a shocker off the side of his boot, but luck could be a fortune here. Bounces back to Phillips. That's a free kick against him. And the free kick will go to Baker. Baker on the 50-metre mark down there in the defence for Essendon. Short kick, dangerous. Picked up, he's fumbled it whilst he's grabbed, he shrugs his opponent off that time, McEwen. Now he's gone wild. Is it a good enough kick going after it is Madden, but there's no Collingwood player around, but he's got to pick it up yet. Now he's got it, he balks. Morwood's after him, he's gone for a short pass. It'll be okay, and it's marked there by at centre half back by Hamilton. A short pass again to Mark Thompson, bounced the wrong way. Ball tapped out again as a go for McMullen. He's clear now, he's got a kick it, he gets a hand pass out. Couldn't pick it up that time, Collingwood, as the ball is shot back and taken away by Donnell out towards the wing position. Tapped on by Turner. After Turner was Danaher. Did he give him one in the back? Umpire said no, he's tapped that between his legs. It'll be a free kick now to Turner. I think he paid the decision before that. Turner
looked like tunnel ball.
Certainly was. 25 minutes gone. Collingwood still in front by 26 points. I think they may have the Bombers now, Pete.
Yes, as I said, they've increased their lead in this quarter by only 6 points, but it's a long way from home for Essendon. Donnell gets around Taylor. A rather hefty bump it was too. Mick Thompson back on the field, replacing Nobby Clark just 30 seconds back. Thompson's kick out of bounds on the floor as he gets offloaded by Kerrison. It'll be a free kick to Collingwood to be taken by Peter Bradbury or Peter Dacos. It's going to beat Dacos, and he's played well today too.
Certainly has.
Probably his best game since his comeback. Taylor in front, well out from goal. Tackles Mark Thompson. Ball knocked back to Madden. He had a dirty day kicking for goal, and Dacos again takes the mark. I think a little bit of cramp. Out to Bradbury. To centre field. Farrows, safe pair of hands. Couldn't take it that time though. Hamilton tackled by Morwood. But it goes to Salmon. It's a free kick going Essendon's way from umpire Castle. And that will be taken by Hamilton. 26 and a quarter minutes gone. Dacos still limping. I think it's only cramp though. Staying on anyway, so it can't be too serious. Mark taken by Danaher, who kicked 2 goals in the third quarter for Essendon when they came back strongly at the Magpies, but as so often happens, they haven't been able to go on with it. Crash between Richardson down there and Bradbury. 2 players who, of course, changed clubs this year. Gopher gets the hand pass out. Ultimately, it comes on for Baker. Back to Gary Folds from right half forward. Long kick by the Essendon player up to Wes Fellows again. Fellows from back pocket left. Morwood and Clark down to Folds. Ball might beat him out of bounds. It does. It'll be a boundary throw in right half forward flank. Past the 27-minute mark of the term. So Essendon heading for their 4th successive defeat. Knocked down by Salmon. Picked up by Hawker. Hawker certainly a try this afternoon. He's come out of that little skirmish with a free kick, and with Leon Baker easily Essendon's best 2 players. I think you'd agree, Lou, wouldn't you?
Yes, it's closely followed by Fowl, but Collingwood's been far more...
There's the siren. Collingwood have won it. Very short quarter, went only 27 and a half minutes, and Collingwood coming out victorious, 18-12, 120, defeating Essendon 13-16, 94.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at Myer. Real footy Guernseys, real footy shorts, and real supporters wool jumpers in all club colours and badges.
Go for the mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at Myer.
Well, Collingwood seem to be making a habit of 10-goal quarters. They did it last week and they did it again today. But what a great team effort it was. The final scoreline showing Collingwood 18 goals 12, 120. Essendon 13, 16, 94. Ronnie McKeown finished the day with 8 goals. Brian Taylor 5 for the Magpies, whilst for Essendon, Simon Madden 4, Mark Harvey and Terry Danaher each contributed 2. So the Bombers suffering their 4th successive loss, and Essendon fans will be scratching their heads and say, what do we have to do to get back on the winners list? For Collingwood, though, the Army is alive and well and now penciling in a certain date in September. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition. And for all that action, we hope you can stay with us here on Pro Football.